We are back. That's rude. Catherine said she didn't have an invite. Catherine is a filthy liar. There she is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Now, we may not be able to hear her, and that might be my fault. Who knows? The show is here. Can we hear you, Catherine?
Yes, you can.
No, we can't. We got because I'm set up for a session with my counsellor, which means we cannot hear you. Try now, please.
That's interesting. Tell me more about that.
Izzy is here. Kriv is here. Jimbo is raiding with a party of 18. Fancy seeing you here. Quiet bloke who has upped his dono significantly, but did it the day before you get charged. So he's done it twice. Bless you.
Ooh,
and I said, quiet bloke, let us refund you. And he went, no. So quiet bloke, tonight's show is dedicated to you. TW Geeky Girl, Matty by the Sea, Izzy, Diddy Deeks, Delith, Izzy, my monkey's book is I just got the email, Crayfish, Nelly, Catherine Boyle, everybody sing hosannas because, I mean, God damn it, we are here, we're alive. It's the first time we've seen our Queen this week. Catherine has been working on the jury. Catherine, tell us all about the case, please.
I could, but then I'd have to track you down and kill you all.
Kill me.
And much as that would bring me joy, I don't want to be back in the courtroom again on the wrong side of the judge.
I've been watching Squid Game. I think I could probably avoid you. I think I could probably defeat you and avoid you. If you haven't seen Squid Game, who was that? Was that you or me?
Willow.
That was you, was it?
That was Willow.
If you haven't seen Squid Game, it's very, very violent. It's the best television show I've ever seen in my life. And I was teasing my boys today saying, have you heard of Squid Game? I wanted to know if Squid Game was in their universe. And it was a little bit because one of their streamers, Flamingo, had played a Squid Game on Roblox. And they said, what's the show like? And I told them, and they said, can we watch it? And I said, no, you cannot watch it until you're 32 years old because it is so violent. Mr. Bodell has finished Squid Game today. What an ending. It's perfect. Apart from, there are, and I'm not going to reveal anything, but there are some Americans. It's a Korean show. There are some Americans. Hey, this looks like it's going to be fun. What do you think? I think this is fun. The Americans are awful in it. But everything else, it's perfect.
Sounds like they got robots in rather than actual Americans.
It's the Americans are the weirdest things. Speaking of robots rather than actors, that's a nice little link that you didn't even know that you were doing. We have got a very, very special guest coming in probably around 8 o'clock, but might be a little bit earlier. I said, look, we're going to be here. We're going to be here early. So, join us whenever you want. Now, Catherine, you're not going to see this, and you're not going to hear it, but that's okay because I'm going to show people who we have got coming on today. And I'm so excited. I am so excited. Let's go here. It's not Tommy Wiseau.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
It's Greg Sestero, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Sestero is coming on the show
I did not
this
hit her.
evening.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. She said that I hit her.
Now,
What?
I have not got the sound
did you?
up, but I am
No,
watching
it's
it
not
and I know
true. Don't
exactly
even
what
ask.
this is.
What's new with you?
Well, I'm just sitting up here thinking, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You think girls like to cheat like guys do?
Greg Sestero, ladies and gentlemen, is coming on the show this evening. And he got in touch with me and said, can I come on your show? I hear it's the thing. Of course, I've interviewed Greg. Alistair, lovely. Thank you for that gifted sub. Hi, Catherine.
Hi. I hear that film is 18 years old now. That can't be right, can it?
That's older than me almost. And Greg has got a new movie coming out. We'll watch the trailer before he comes on. He's directed and written this movie, and it looks flipping creepy. Talking about creepy things like Squid Game. This looks flipping terrifying. The Kilt guy says, I've never seen it. Is it any good? The Room? No. It's terrible.
Famously not, no.
But it's brilliant as a direct result of that. We got 2 subs already this evening. Let's see who we've got. We've got Alistair and Em's a lot. Thank you. Here's what's happening. It's the first of the month. What that means is, if you're going to sign up for the Patreon, to quote, what's that song? What's that song I'm thinking of? You know the song.
We have all the time.
It's let me just think. Hang on. Don't tell me it's not on. Don't tell me it's not on. It's not on Spotify. All right, we're going to go to YouTube because this is now very, very important. Here we go. Oh, it's. Hang on a minute. No, that song does not exist on Spotify.
Oh.
So we go here. Here we go. Here we go. This is what we're doing. Again, Catherine, you're not going to be able to hear this, but I will sing it for you. Here we go. This is. Ignore this advert. What the hell? That's not an advert. This. Whoa! That's not. Here we go. This, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm talking about. It's important. Jelly, thank you for that. It's loud. You know it, baby. Here we go.
Oh.
You know this?
Today's the day.
So today's the day, right? Here we go.
Today's the day.
For signing on to our Patreon, if you want to actually get any good out of it, today is the day. Some of you wonderful people signed up yesterday, and that's great, but today is the day. Andrew Feisty, is there anyone who can help me link my Twitch to my Prime account? Someone help that guy right now, because today is the day where we want you to sign up to Patreon. I'm going to be checking my emails because I know we are going to get a lot of people signing up today, because if you want to save the show, if you want the Late Night Alternative to continue, if you've ever enjoyed anything that we have done, whether it's been the Three Counties or Talk Radio or the mental health stuff or stealing strawberries or crying in the jungle, whatever, to keep this going, you need to sign up to Patreon. Can we get the Patreon link in the chat? For the price of 2 coffees a month, you get access to hundreds of hours. Don't hold me to that legally binding, because I'm not totally sure, but it probably is. Most of the shows this month, we've been too easy with them, Catherine. We've been too easy with them, right? Most of the shows have been free. We've been just pissing out of the window and letting them catch it and drink it. That's what we've been doing. No. Most of the shows this month are going behind the paywall. Most of the shows this month are going to be behind the paywall. We're going to do a free show tonight. We're going to probably do a free show. It may not be Monday, maybe Tuesday. We've got to see. Then we're going to go behind the paywall, and that's that. We'll do some free stuff. You know, we will do a movie watch along, and there'll be some gaming and stuff. But the phone-ins, the listen-alongs, the sing-alongs, all of that stuff is going to be behind the paywall. And if you're not a Patreon, you ain't getting none of it.
You'll be locked out.
You'll be locked out of the clubhouse. The clubhouse is, you've got to pay your subs. You pay your subs and you get lemonade, you get crisps, and you get a cushion. That's it. The Punker team, thank you for the sub. You can sub here on Twitch, and that's great, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. This is how we make our living now, but it doesn't count as a Patreon. If you want to, you want everything, you've got it. So not going to be live on Twitch. We will be at some points, Badneck, but the majority of the stuff, we'll have a movie watch along probably in the next couple of weeks. I want to do that. We'll have some gaming streams. We might have some dicking around, but the majority of the stuff in October, or I'm calling it Socktober, and I'll work backwards and we'll work out what that means.
Okay.
The majority of the stuff this month is going to be for Patreons only. That's it, I'm afraid. Are you with me or are you against me, Catherine?
And here is the thing: if you want to keep track of us, we will be sometimes on Twitch. But if you want to keep track of us, it's really Patreon. We send out a menu at the start of every week,
Yes.
and we'll let you know where we are. It's got
Yes.
all the links, all that stuff.
Yes. So listen, come on, Deli, thank you for the gifted sub. Wimbledon Paul, thank you for the sub. The subs here count, right? We get £1 each for each sub, and that's brilliant. And no one's getting rich off it. But it's how we feed our kids. But Patreon is where it's at. Ian Lee Fan says, worried my Patreon payment didn't go out today. Not sure what to do now. It takes like 2, 3, 4 days sometimes. It's like between the 1st and the 4th of the month. There's kind of a slow thing. If you have not been charged by the 4th, I would double check your bank account, your PayPal, whatever it is. I would reset it. Come and talk in the Discord. We will help you out through it. These things can be fixed. That was Today's the Day by Sean Maguire. There's also a version by David Jones and Peter Noon of Herman's Hermits. So come over to the Discord, to the Patreon. I want to get 20 new Patreons tonight. I want to get 20 new Patreons tonight, okay? And I'm checking my emails because every time someone new joins up, we get a little email. So you just got to come and join us. Have a look at, there's different tiers, £2, £4, £4.99. $6.66 is probably the best value for money. Mm-hmm. That gets you access to the live shows, to the full audio podcasts, to the best bit podcasts. You can also give more than that. You can give a tenner if you want. You don't get anything extra. The £20 tier. Oh my God, the people in the £20 tier, I just want to like kiss their beautiful little butt cheeks, right? You get everything you get for the $6.66 plus VAT. You also get exclusive podcasts and an invitation, Catherine, to a private Zoom meeting.
I know, unbelievable. Access
to us.
Access.
You can ask us anything. And there's a level above that, £35. Have a look, right? This is our job. And it's I checked my bank account today. Oh, it's tight. It's tight. Yeah. So if you want this to keep going, and we did actually have the conversation in the week, is this worth doing? Should we knock this on the head?
I've applied for a job.
Have you?
Well, I sent an application.
Holy shit. Excuse my language.
I don't want it.
We had the conversation today, is this worth doing? A couple of days ago, is this worth doing? Is there any point to this? Should we go out and get a real job? A real job? I got petrol today, Catherine. I was driving to my boys and I saw a petrol station, the one where I got petrol before. There were only 4 cars in the queue. I thought, I'm having me some of that, right? So I went to and let me email myself this because I was very excited having petrol, and I went in to get a jerry can, but they didn't have any. They'd sold out of those because I wanted to fill up for my little motorbike. Where is my videos?
Those motorbikes, although they are old and they may not be aesthetically gorgeous, I actually really like mine. They're so good fuel-wise, good.
Mine's running on empty, baby. How do I send myself?
£7 to fill the whole thing up on mine. £7 lasts for ages.
How do I send myself a video? Hang on a minute. First of all, where is that video? I made a funny video in a petrol station.
Want me to send it back to you?
No, I need it to be emailed to me, but I don't know how to.
I'll email it to you.
Well, can you email it from that? Because I can't find it.
Yeah.
It's worth it, guys. Trust me. I don't know where the video... My phone is so complicated these days. Just show me. If I go to camera. No?
Share with.
Here it is. I got it. I'm going to email it to me. Because I was so excited to get petrol, right? And I thought everybody else will be really excited to get petrol really easily. Okay? There was no queue or anything. Let me just do this so I can go here, and then I open up my email, and then we go.
Mr. Shippo Alex, thank you for subscribing with Prime, and Mandula.
Hey, Mandula. We've not heard a lot from you, Mandula, recently. I hope you're well. So now I've got to wait because I've sent a video. So the videos take ages to come through, right? So let's... it's going to take flipping ages. It'll get there when it gets there. But I got petrol, and I thought everyone would be... I feel quite nauseous today. I feel very sweaty and nauseous, so we'll see how we get on. But I thought everybody would be excited about getting petrol, but the people. This video isn't coming through. I'll show it in a minute when it comes through. The people in the petrol station were not as excited as I was, Catherine. If anything, they were not treating it with the respect that I think it deserved.
I mean, if anything, they were irritated by you and by your jocular approach.
Can't you just show it on Twitter? I deleted it on Twitter, Mark. I deleted it on Twitter.
It started to get heat.
I posted it on Twitter, and I knew it was a risky post because I knew people were gonna misunderstand it and say it was something else. So I withdrew it. I mean, someone called me a PR1CK, a prunk. And they were.
Then I read that guy's.
But then, Catherine, you corrected him for the wrong yaw, and
No,
then
I
5 minutes
corrected you.
later, I realised you were correcting me for the wrong yaw. Right, here we go. So this, so I made this video. Right, this was me getting petrol today. Okay, here we go. And I thought everyone would be up for this.
It's my petrol! Yes, man! Yes, man!
No one even looked at me. No one looked at me. Look.
It's my petrol! Yes, man! Yes, man!
No one even looked at me. No one even looked at me. I thought we were going to have like a little conga, like that scene in what's that? Zoolander, where you've seen the scene in Zoolander where they're spraying petrol all over each other.
That doesn't end well, though, does it?
No, but I thought we'd have some of that. And it was very, very disappointing. Let me check how many people have subbed to Patreon so far. It's going to be a big. Nobody has. Well, screw you, because when this is gone, you'll regret it.
Yeah.
Greg Sestero's joining us in a little bit. I'm very excited. Shall we watch the trailer for his new movie? So, Greg from The Room, I've met him before. He's so good looking. I mean, I don't want to reduce him to a piece of meat, but my God. Someone's cancelled a donation to a charity for us. Oops.
Well, they get plenty, don't they?
They get plenty. Let me just get this. So, Greg.
It might have been the donkeys. The donkeys are getting loads at the moment, and I hate it when they do them back to back with the kids because it's like I've got to choose between the donkeys and.
Okay, so let's have a look. So this is. I mean, Greg is so damn good looking. He looks like a young Brian McLean from Love. So let's have a little look at this. Again, Catherine, I'm really sorry. You're not going to be able to see or hear this. So UK premiere, the directorial debut of Greg Sestero, Survivor. And I love the fact he's billed as a survivor of The Room. And star of the cult midnight movie The Room will astound and amaze. David is an obsessive photographer who wants to snap a picture of an ultra-rare bird. Now, when is this? Oh, here we go. It's being shown in Leicester Square on the 29th and the 30th of October as part of the Fright Fest. Can someone tell Katia, please? We haven't seen Katia for a while. Was the charity testicles? I don't know. Can somebody tell Katia, please, that we are reporting on this? Let's have a little look at the trailer for this. This looks awesome. This is Greg's directorial debut. Have some of this. This is proper. This looks really creepy. I'm not in it, by the way. This picture of me is not in it. This is separate.
I can't believe I agreed to go on this trip.
Just wait till you see this place.
Already I'm freaked out. From the survivor of The Room.
No. Don't you dare.
Look at him. Just look at... No. Come back. Look at that. Look at that face. Oh, he's so good looking. Roger says he's so good looking it should be a crime. It should be. He's getting older, so that's okay. A new kind of insanity. I'm not even tired of the old insanity. Someone's had an injection in the neck. A neck injection. Innection.
All of you are here seeking something you can't find. Welcome to Miracle Valley.
Get out of town. I don't want to come to the Miracle Valley. That's the last thing I want. That's the last place I want to go to, Catherine, is Miracle Valley. Why would anyone want to go to Miracle goddamn Valley?
It sounds nice if you didn't know.
Flipping heck, man. Imagine going to Miracle Valley. You're right, it does sound nice, but it also sounds, it's when it's said like that, in that kind of voice.
I didn't hear the voice. You're going to have to tell me what it sounded like.
Welcome to Miracle Valley.
Oh, hell no.
Welcome to Miracle Valley. I'm going to put some links in the chat. There's Greg's Twitter. There's Greg's Twitter. If you want to go and check out Greg's Twitter, let me get the link for Fright Fest. So it's on in the UK. John Bat, thank you for the sub. It's on in the UK at the end of October for 2 nights. I would imagine he's going to be there. If restrictions allow, I would imagine he's going to be there. He often is. He's very approachable. I met him, Catherine. Do you remember what happened just before I met him and Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah, you saw a tramp helping himself in the street.
Tramp was masturbating in the street, and it was a bold gambit. It was my opening gambit in the interview to Greg and Tommy Wiseau.
Ian thinks I know how to break the ice. I'll just report on what I've just seen.
Sometimes in an interview, Catherine, right, you think, I'm going to take a punt with this, with the first thing I go in with. And sometimes it works, like when I proposed to Sun from Lost. That was my opening gambit. It worked. Broke the ice. We got on really, really well. Sometimes it puts up a barrier. Evox, no, I have a question. Do you think it's normal for your boss and 2 of his leads to be standing and me in the middle seating and be accused of dishonesty? It depends where you're dishonest. And maybe they needed to stand up because they were getting dizzy. So I went in, Tommy Wiseau, Greg, and I said, hey guys, nice to meet you. You're never going to believe what I just saw outside. I saw a tramp jerking off. Okay, no, we don't want to go there. No, we're not go there. No. That's not happening. That's not happening.
Think you were suggesting that he had something to do with it?
No. It was a great gambit. Who can we see in the background there, Ples? Who have you got there, Ples?
Yoko, of course. Who's Yoko? Always hanging about.
Evox Snow, if you want to join us and talk about that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the invitation for the chat, for the Zoom here. If you want to come and talk to us about it, you're very, very welcome to. And then when Greg comes, you can all bugger off. How's about that? John Bat, thank you for the sub. Phoebe, £10 tip. Thank you. Straight in there with the £10 tip. Thanking you so much indeed. There's the link. We're not going to take phone calls tonight because it's tricky when Kath... It's not that tricky, actually. It's quite feasible. I do it on my lappy. Then you can hear it.
Yeah.
So let me... But I don't know if I'm logged into the Skype on that. Could you... I've got to turn the Wi-Fi on. Guys, could you just give me 30 seconds?
Could you just indulge?
Oh. We nearly got kicked out of the meeting there because I opened my laptop and connected it to... No. Do not want to end meeting for all. God, no. Are we... Alistair, can you hear us? There is a chance I may have kicked us out of our own Zoom. Skype is open now. If you want to call us on Skype, you're very, very welcome. That is open. That is up for grabs. We're scheduled to be here till 9. We may go on a bit longer, but I got my boys in there. And you know what? I want to hang out with those idiots. Alistair, how you doing, man? Oh, hi, Alistair.
Oh, hi,
Not too bad. Not too bad. I was just, I was out. You got some petrol. Was there any aggro, Ian? Please?
No, there was hardly any queue. It was beautiful. I went into the shop to see if I could get a jerry can because I wanted some for my bike, but obviously they've all sold out of jerry cans. I had trouble getting one on Amazon as well. And no, there was no aggro. I was trying to create like a carnival vibe, but they weren't having it.
Carnival vibe.
And but here's the thing, right? I had three, because I rationed it, because I got the train into college. I had 3/4 of a tank. So I only put in 19 pounds. So I didn't want to look like I was taking the pee and being greedy. So I stood there for a couple of minutes longer, pretending I was putting in more petrol. That was, I don't know if I told you that bit, Catherine. That was what I did.
You said you were planning to do that.
Yes, that was what I did. But I got petrol, and it's great. I meant I could pick up the boys today. I could do that anyway. I can take my boy to rugby tomorrow. I can probably go and see my mum on her birthday on Sunday with the boys. I can take my boy Snake into I'm going to be sick. Into school on Tuesday. And I will be playing the petrol video again. That was, because I did. Here's what you don't know about the petrol video, right? I did one without filming it, where I pulled up and I went, "Yes, man, what a day to be alive!" And nobody. This woman looked at me, and then looked back, right? And then I told Catherine and I told David Turners, who's just entered the room, and he said, "Oh, if that was me, I would have jumped on top of the car saying yes, man, and filmed it." I thought, well, I'm not going to jump on top of the car. And enough, the whole petrol station there was a new series of people in there. So I got out and made that video. And again, just no reaction. What is wrong? What is wrong with the soul of people?
Meanwhile, I was sitting in a very quiet room waiting to be called to do something. And I get a message from my friend. So I decided to open the message thinking I had it on quiet. I could not get the volume low enough. It was a really quiet room, and all of a sudden from my phone, it's like, "Yes, man."
You guys talk. I'm just going to tweet about Greg coming on the show. So you guys chat. I'm listening.
Okay.
And you tell me, you chat, guys.
What's going on with you, Alistair? What's going on in
I was
Univille?
wondering, Catherine, you haven't been, I hope, you haven't been rejected as a jury member. Because Ian was saying all week, "Oh, Catherine's not done any jury service yet."
Lazy.
The things I was going to be doing fell through for legal reasons, and I cannot tell you any more.
So there isn't. It doesn't start next week or anything. It's done now, is it?
No, I've got to be available for the next until next Friday.
Blooming heck. Well, make sure you get as much money out of them as you can.
You're obsessed with having a go at getting us to have a go at our authority figures.
I'm doing my civic duty, and it's a great honour.
Oh well.
Have you ever done it, Alistair?
No, I have been called as a witness.
Oh no, I meant sex with a lady. I'm joking. I'm joking. Have you ever done jury service? Have you? Because I don't know that many people that have been asked to do it.
Not jury service. I've been called to Crown Court though.
Oh well, we know. Yeah.
No, not that. Something else.
Oh,
well.
okay. What? Oh, okay.
But,
As a witness or something.
Well, yeah. Someone crashed into my car.
Oh.
And it caught. I mean, I was lucky to get away with just really whiplash and shock, whereas the lady,
yes, hang on a minute,
who came in from the side,
yes,
I spun her car around, and her hip was broken, and the police charged her with dangerous driving, and she was appealing the decision.
Oh,
so I was called as a witness.
Look, I've got here, what you guys can't see, but I think you can hear. Glenn, do you want to say hello, and we'll see if they can hear you?
Hello.
Can you hear? You guys can hear Glenn, right?
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah. I can see Glenn's beautiful face. He's taking the glasses off.
Hello, Glenn. Business now.
Hello, mate. So this is works. We can do Zoom. We can do phone calls. We're living the technological dream. Glenn, how can we help you this evening?
I don't know. I got notified that you were live, and I usually am in my bed when you're live, and so I thought, why not say hello and ring? It's been a while, so yeah. That's very dull and boring, I realise.
No, it's not dull and boring. Listen, you've heard me talk about buying petrol. I mean, geez, and we've just banned someone for using the C word because of petrol. I mean, that seems a big thing. Glenn, have you ever done jury service?
No, on 2 occasions I've been called up for it. When I was 18, I was called up for it, and this is terrible. I didn't go, and nothing happened.
Oh,
and nothing
wow.
happened at all. I don't know why that was. And then last year I was called up because I'm a teacher. I said to them, my pupils, they really need me this year more than ever.
My pupils need a really bad example of civic responsibility. So no, I'm not going to go, and they can learn how to swerve it. I'm joking, of course.
So yeah, I've avoided that all the time, but I was really excited about last year because I don't know what it's like in your neck of the woods, but in Glasgow you were getting to go to Cineworld and sit in a big comfy leather seat.
This is what we've heard.
And watch the jury service.
Was it? It wasn't you that told us that the other day, was it? We had
No,
someone
it wouldn't
else.
have been me.
We had, didn't we, Catherine? We had someone from. It wasn't.
It was a woman. It was a woman.
It wasn't Cock Bongo.
No.
It was. We had someone told us. Yeah, it's all being done remotely. Is it the recliner seats?
I would have hoped so, and I would have been happy as long as I got some popcorn. Because
can you get a glass of wine? I like those ones.
Call up, so it could have been like a murderer or something, and I would be quite happy with that, knowing that they can't see me. I'm in a cinema, it's far away,
having a slushy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas if I'm in the room with somebody who's done something quite nasty, like that to me that's a big anxiety trigger.
Bit of a buzzkill,
in the cinema at the best anytime, really.
Okay, goodbye. David, for some reason, is announcing his departure. Guys, if you're leaving, you don't have to tell us. You don't have to tell us. Honestly, we don't care. Just go. You think your kids are more important than us? Just go. You mean nothing to me. You're trash. So, what is happening in your life, Glenn? And this is weird because I'm the only person that can see you. You could be my invisible little friend. I can see you. What is happening in your life?
We're good. We apart from like boring things like getting a new kitchen, we're on the list for a new puppy. We sadly lost our dog back in June.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was only 2, and so we're ready for a new one.
Yeah.
And apart from that, it's just schools up here. It's the same in England now. Actually, the schools are back open, and so it's just dealing with the wave of that. And for all the kind of COVID anxiety that's in the schools right now, what trumps that is just the sheer joy of being back in a classroom. Yeah. I wouldn't change that for anything. The closures were horrendous.
Can I ask a question? And Glenn, we'll start with you, and then we'll move to Alistair and Catherine. And I asked this question to my good friend Scott Balcony today as I was wandering the busy streets of Windsor. Was COVID real? Because everything's back to normal. And as far as I can tell, nothing has changed. We got the jab, but the jab isn't perfect. Nothing has changed, but everything's back to normal. You don't even have to wear a... I went into the chemist the other day and I said, I'm really sorry, I forgot to wear a mask. Am I allowed in? And they went, yeah, of course you can. I was like, oh, okay, well, sorry.
It's funny you say that because I think where you are, it must feel like that. I last time I was in England was just about 2 months ago. I went down to Chester and we were in a strange situation there where in England you'd had your Freedom Day and masks were no longer a thing, but in Scotland it was still very much mask central. Yeah. And so staying in like a cheap hotel in England and everybody at the bar being unmasked was giving me heart palpitations. So whereas here it's still the done thing that in a restaurant, in a bar, and in a chemist,
I noticed that when I came up the other week, everyone was wearing masks. Do you remember with lockdown? And everyone said, oh man, when this ends, we are going to have the biggest street party ever. And what happened? We went back to work. That was it. That was it.
But I feel like we've disappointed our generation because after the Spanish flu, the case numbers of syphilis skyrocketed, and I feel like we've not had anything like that since then.
Alistair, did COVID actually happen? Was it real?
Yeah, it's interesting that you make that point about kind of everything got to know. In North Lincolnshire, where I live, apparently the average rate of infection for the whole country is about 350 per 100,000.
Oh, hang on, Glenn, can you hear this?
Sadly not. When I was on Twitch, I could. But...
Oh, okay. Alistair's making quite a good point. I wonder why you can't... I'll see if I can fix it. Carry on, Alistair.
And in North Lincolnshire, as of a couple of days ago, it's 650 per 100,000. And a lot of they think that the increase is a lot to do with schools going back. but it's not so highlighted or important in the media because hospitalizations hasn't gone up so much, even though every 150 or so people per day is still dying. So it's still there. I've got a foot appointment next week at the foot clinic, and I've got to wear a mask. So there's still some, evidence of stuff going on up here.
Or
So
is it 'cause
Alistair
you've got
very much
very cheesy feet.
Alistair very much thinking COVID was real. Catherine, your thoughts, please. Imagine if we did this phone in on Talk Radio. Imagine the bullshit we'd get. Catherine, was COVID real?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with yeah.
That sounds fair enough. Glenn, I'm going to let you go because this setup of me holding my headphones here so that neither of us can really hear anything is fruitless. Lovely to see you, man. Sure. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Thank you for teaching. Thank you for all of the work that you do. Let's just check. How many new Patreons have we got? We've got 0 new Patreons. That's great. Mick Hughes, thank you for your sub. Thank you for your sub. And I mean that most sincerely. Alistair looks like he's about to... looks like a judge deliberating. I like this. Boyley, I've not seen you for 2 weeks because of the tiny little bit of petrol. I'm wondering, and I would love to know if you want to phone in, you can. It's fiddly, but we can do it. I'm wondering if we are coming to the end of this because I got petrol at a tiny little petrol station and there was 4 cars queuing the road. When we came back, there were about 15 cars for this one, and another petrol station up the road, there were about 20 when before there had been 40. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if this could be the end. Mac8 is saying, I don't think your Patreon update is working. I joined 10 minutes ago. What the heck? Well, then I'm going to add you. I wonder if we're reaching the end of this.
I wonder, and I'm hoping so, because I can avoid using the car for another week, I think. Yep. And I'm hoping that... by the time I do need to use it again, I won't have to join the queue and be part of all that. I mean, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. I feel so trapped at the moment.
Yeah.
By the fact that I only have a quarter of a tank. I'm trying to conserve it just in case something happens where I need to use the car.
Well, you keep saying, I'll come round, and I say, well, but what if the kids need to go to hospital or something?
I'm so bored at home!
I know, and it's like, that could actually... happen, and so I don't know why these new patrons are not coming through. I believe you. Oh God, I believe you. But for some reason, it's not coming through. My apologies. You keep subbing and let me know when you've done it.
Can you take some petrol to Catherine in?
No.
That would be a fool's errand, wouldn't it?
No, because she's diesel, and I don't want to get involved in that. I don't promote diesel. I do not condone diesel. I think it's selfish, and
also he doesn't want to use his fuel on me. Basically,
no, I don't.
Everything I've done for him, and yet I'm not worth.
Here we go. Linny says, I queued for an hour at Tesco today. It was quicker when the diesel people left the queue as they ran out. Yeah, good. Sofa King Jaded says, bring back horses. Do you remember there was well, you don't remember because it was before we were born. There was a car, and I can't remember what it was called, in America in the 30s or something. And it sold so badly that they... sorry, I'm just doing this. It sold so badly that it was like an Edsel or an Edsel, I think. It sold so badly that they gave away a horse. With every car you bought, you got a free horse. I mean, that's just brilliant, right?
If you've got a car, you don't need a horse. No.
Catherine, well done. Well done. Why is this?
Yoshi, don't you dare.
Merchandise.
He's so naughty. He's been climbing the curtains.
They do that. They do climb the curtains. There we go. We've got
We've
2 people. If you're signing up to Patreon, it doesn't seem to be coming through here. Maybe because it's the first. Let us know. Let us know in the chat and what tier you've signed up, and we will ring the goddamn bell. So I haven't seen you for ages, Boyley. I miss you.
Had to reach for my name there.
And I'm also enjoying the piece.
Okay, noted.
Just being honest there. We So we're probably not going to go and get photos taken next week, which is good. And I'll tell you why, because I have been talking to Claudia Aegeus from Paddington Green. And I said, we're going to be in London next Friday. It says 614 patrons. That will change as the people that have left haven't been taken off yet, but thank you. And she's not, I said, we're going to be in London next week. We'd love to take you out for a coffee and grab the rest of Paddington Green, but we'd love to take you for coffee. She said, I don't know if I'm going to be around that day. So it works out perfectly. But she promises she's going to give us the rest of the series of Paddington Green.
Nice.
Which is a very, very nice position to be in. Welcome. This is the Late Night Alternative. If you haven't seen us for a while, there's a reason. We're on Patreon now. The show goes behind a paywall. Doesn't tonight. It's completely free. We'll go on to about 9 o'clock. Got great guest Greg Sestero from The Room is coming on in about 15, 20 minutes. And we'll do a free show probably Tuesday of next week. And then most of the stuff for this month is going to be on Patreon. It's going to be behind the paywall. So if you want to see it, if you want to be part of it, you have to sign up to the $6.66 plus VAT level of Patreon. And so many of you have subbed in the last couple of days and have also upped your sub. Thank you very much indeed. That is gratefully received and appreciated. If you want to be part of the show, if you want to keep on seeing the shows and getting the full podcasts and get bonus podcasts, and you want to get access to Zoom meetings, you have to sign up to the Patreon. People are giving me different numbers from the app and the stuff. The Patreon numbers are to whack. They're never right, and they won't be close to right until about the 5th of this month. So we're going to lose a lot of people. We're going to get a lot of new people. If you sign up tonight, it's not showing up on my phone. So type in the chat. I signed up tonight and I'm at 666. I'm at 20 quid. I'm at 150 quid.
Yeah, I wanted to say as well, I was really heartened by the little flurry. We put out a couple of very honest tweets in the last couple of days. I was really heartened by the number of people who were already subscribing, who decided to up their tiers. That's something else. And also thanks very much to everyone who's kind of sent us really kind words of encouragement, and it means a lot. So
Coatsy says, I'm about to sign up for the 666 tier. Haven't seen you for ages. I've left it too long. Yes, you have. Welcome. Lenny says, I've renewed at £20. Thank you. It's all good. We did have the conversation in the week, Alistair. Is it worth carrying on? Even Vex, let's get a shout out for Vex. We did have the conversation.
As long as you can. I've up to 35 a month.
Don't put yourself out of pocket. This is another thing. We don't want anyone to stretch themselves beyond their limits. So be sensible. Be sensible, everybody, is what I will say.
But I'm trying to get as much. I've requested to Catherine a record on her new podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
more than happy to play you a dedication, but I was thinking that one doesn't really fit in with the kind of music I'm playing. But let me have a think about it.
Guys, we have an anonymous call. Shall we have a listen?
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Hello.
Yes?
What is Catherine like?
Sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say? I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? Can I hear you? Hello? Can you say that again? I can't hear you. What did you say?
What?
You keep cutting out. Sorry about this, guys. Just hang on a second. Try it again because we can't hear you. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. This is really annoying. The Anonymous wants to make an important point and we can't. It keeps cutting out. Just try it one more time before I put the fader down and then cut you off.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
I'm sorry, dude. My finger slipped on the fader 5 times, and then I slipped on the cut off button. I had an interesting chat today. God damn you, Max. God damn you to hell. I'm back. Remember Max phoned up and there was a tense call. Maybe, I don't know if you were there for it, Alistair. And he said, why don't you start a radio station? I saw someone.
She laughed as she ran by.
And Max said, why don't you start a radio station? And I did the usual, why don't you give me £50,000 and then I'll consider it. And we fell out and then we made peace. And so today, I was looking at online radio companies, and today I had a meeting with a company called Radio.co. And Radio.co, this online radio provider, And our friends, Catherine at Boogaloo Radio, use it. Luke Haynes has got a station there, and it was Jess, I think, that we spoke to. They came into the show, and it's legit. And so I booked a meeting with them, and then I thought, it's like 40, 50 quid a month for the basic level. I can't afford this. So I cancelled the meeting, and they got in touch saying, oh, it's a shame you cancelled the meeting. BAPT! Where have you been? Fancy seeing you here. I said, it's a shame that you've cancelled the meeting because we wanted to put a proposition to you. And I thought, oh, that means money off. I like that. So I had the meeting with them today, and the setup, Catherine, is ridiculously good.
Oh.
They showed me the workings, right? It's better than anything we had at Talk Radio, right? Infinitely. It's geared up for music radio, but you've got slots, you can upload stuff, you can do stuff live, you can upload music, you can pick tracks, you can have it set as, you can label them as 90s, Beatles, R&B, and then you can just drag, like, if you want to have like an hour of random Beatles, you just drag that Beatles box and put it in the clock. You can schedule, you can have pre-recorded, you can invite, you can send links to people so they can do it's incredible, right? And
is that Max H laughing in the chat? Is that Max?
Is that Max? Is that you? Damn you to hell. Damn you to hell. And it looks great. And they said, we would like to offer you our top package at 90% off. That means it'll be about £14 a month. Now, with the top package, you get iPhone and Android apps. So people can download an app and listen to an app for your station, not for radio.co, for your station. So you can say, go and download the Ian Lee FM. Shut up, Max. Go and download the Ian Lee FM app.
Why is it called Ian Lee FM?
Because you're nothing to do with it. This is a solo project. I'll let you do a show on there.
It's all right. I'm too expensive for you.
No. Oh, no, God, no, you pay me £50 a show. No. Because we could both. Here's the thing: we both do stuff, but I'm kind of thinking I need to do this. I'm thinking maybe I need to do this to lay some ghosts to rest, right? And I'd have to get a PRS license. That's 150 quid, 200 quid for a year, and it would be. And he said, "So what do you think?" And I said, "The setup is incredible." And that offer is really generous. And I'd have to go and, show my face in a couple of online seminars and stuff and go, I'm an award-winning radio presenter and I think radio.co is great. That kind of stuff, which I'm very happy to do. Well, hang on a second. We've got a call from Anonymous. Anonymous, should we try again? How can we help you? Oh, Jesus, this technical stuff. I'm so sorry. Anonymous, could you just try again? We can hear you now. Okay. And he said, I said, look, I have to go away and think about it, right? Because I don't know what the point of me doing this would be. I don't know what the point would be. It would be a lot of work. My ego is going, that'll be fantastic. You have your own radio station. You can do whatever you wanted with it, right? And but my head is going, what's the point? It's hard to monetize. Maybe you could get some advertising for it, but it's hard to monetize. Would it detract from the Patreon? Would it? Alfie's gifted a tier 1 sub to Max. Thank you, BAPT. It's lovely to have you back. You were missed at the last 150 meeting. I don't know what the point of it would be. And it would have to be a real commitment on my part to set it up, upload all that music, I've spoken to David Turner's and we could play like some old computer game show podcasts in it, which would be great. There are a couple of people, BAPT, make sure you're available for the next one. We will send a selection of dates and we'd love to have you there because we feel a bit bad you've not been at the last two. So for this month, we'll send a selection of dates and you pick one. It will be a lot of work. To what end? To what end? That's the question. Discuss.
I was wondering, Ian, why you were saying that maybe it will help you manage to maintain and enhance your creativity in that field still.
Yeah.
And if anything else comes along in the meantime, that might be useful. I don't know.
Catherine Boyle. It does make sense. It does make sense.
I don't know. I don't know how it works in addition to what we're doing. But you sound elated about it. You sound chuffed about it.
Well, I'm excited, but I'm wondering. This is why I want to think: is it an ADHD excitement? And then 2 weeks into it, I'm like, oh Jesus, this is boring, man. Why did I buy that?
Let me think on it because it needs to percolate with me. You know what I'm like. But,
Well, this is, and Mac 8 says, sounds like spreading too thin. Concentrate on one avenue and make it successful, and that could be part of it, and that's partly why we've gone this month. We're going to put most of the stuff behind the paywall because I don't want to give too much stuff away for free. We went free that way. Now we want to kind of try I don't know. If you're watching this and you haven't signed up for the Patreon yet, you better do it. You got free one tonight, free one probably on Tuesday, and then most of this month is going to be behind a paywall. Patreon.com/Ian and Catherine, IAIN and Catherine with a K. The link is about to appear in the chat. In $6.66 plus VAT will get you access to pretty much everything.
Have you and Catherine exhausted the discussion about paid for advertising for the Patreon?
No, we'd love it. We'd love it.
Because you can, that on Twitter you can, you can have your tweets promoted.
Yeah.
For a certain amount a month.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that would be helpful.
Well, what advertising the thing? No, because I did a Facebook advert for this last month. I thought I'll try it, and I did about 50 quid, and we got no new patrons off the back.
Also, don't you find that when you get a promoted tweet on Twitter, you think, "Who the hell are you?" And it's immediately. I always have an immediately hostile reaction because they've kind of imposed themselves. I curate my Twitter stream really carefully. I don't particularly like people barging in, trying to flog me stuff.
Alistair, do you mind if we say goodbye to you for now? You're welcome back a bit later, but our guest is going to join us very, very soon. If you disconnect, I just want to show, let's just show people who we've got coming on. We've got Greg Sestero coming on, who I don't want to, bang on too much about the room, but that is the thing that kind of made him famous, the Tommy Wiseau film. Here we go.
Hello? Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm very busy. What's going on? Look, we'll talk about it later. I told you I'm very busy. Okay, all right.
So these are this is every line of dialogue from Greg in the room.
What do you want me to say? I mean, you should enjoy your life.
Let's get the classic. Greg Sestero, the room. I didn't hit her. That's the line, isn't it?
Thanks, Nook of the Nook, for your subscription.
Here we go. This
I
is
did not hit her.
So this is this. Most of you will have seen this. This is great fun. Here we go.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. She said that I hit her.
What? Well, did you?
No, it's not true. Don't even ask. What's new with you?
Well, I'm just sitting up here thinking,
He's so damn good looking. So Greg is coming on in a couple of minutes. He has got a new movie out, Miracle Valley, which is being shown the 30th of October at, what's it called? Fright Fest in London, in Leicester Square. And you can get, let's see how much tickets are. Look. Oh, well, you can get passes for the whole thing. This is where they just show loads of new kind of creepy horror films and spooky films. Our friend Katia absolutely loves it. And he is on the 30th of October. I wonder if he's going to be around. He often is. Let's just have a quick look at the trailer. We watched the trailer earlier on, but let's just have a quick little look. Here we go. This looks freaky, man. This is freaky as hell.
I can't believe I agreed to go on this trip.
Just wait till you see this place.
I've been watching a lot of freaky stuff recently, like Squid Game and As the Gods Will It. We'll talk about that in a minute. That's a film.
all of you are here seeking something you can't find.
Okay, that's a Miracle Valley. Can we time Tidy UK out for 2 minutes, please? The Squid Game was a load of rubbish. Incorrect.
Fake news.
It's fake news. We will not tolerate that kind of bullshine on here. So Greg's coming in. I'm just checking the room. He's not there yet. Greg is going to join us very, very shortly. I'm guessing, Catherine, from America. Thank you to Charlotte Dixon. We've got a new Patreon with Charlotte Dixon. Thank you. We're up to 3.
Now, I saw that earlier this afternoon, so these are coming in late.
Oh, okay. It's only come through now to me, 7:53. Okay. It's coming through when it comes through. You know, it's Bone digger. We just don't know. What's down the alley. I watched, speaking of weird things, so I watched Squid Game, which is Korean. And then there was a lot of chat about it in the Discord. And then Cock Bongo, man, I have a lot of respect for, since he once brought me a Coca-Cola on a very hot hill, said it's not as good as God Wills It, a film by a Japanese director called Takeshi Miike, who is nuts, right? He did a film called Audition, which we have to watch, Catherine, which is
You told me about that one.
Oh my God, sack. Me and Tess used to call it sack because there's one scene that involves a sack. And he's nuts, and he did a great film called The Happiness of the Katakuris, which is a musical, like a zombie musical, and it's wonderful. And he did this film As God Wills It, and it's kids that get taken. These games kind of happen where these kids get killed, right? Oh. And one of them, there's a giant cat. You know the cats that do that with the wavy arms? There's a giant one of those, right? And they have to put a bell in its collar, and they're dressed as mice. And the cat just bends down and bites them in half. And he's going, oh, hell, scratch my back. Scratch my back. I want to sleep. Scratch my back. It is flipping insane. I didn't understand the ending at all. It's bleak. Didn't understand the ending at all. And I loved everything. Is that the same director known as Beat? No, that's Beat Takeshi. That's not him. It was Maneki Neku. That's the cat, I think. And what's the head? Danora-san is here. What's the head? The head is it's like Damura. Damura-san is here. Something like that. Damura-san.
Sounds like that director needs a letter writing home.
Takashi Miike is flipping Darumadol. Let me just show this. You again, Catherine, you won't be able to see or hear this, but please watch it on Twitch. Mm-hmm. This is insane. Damura-san is here.
Take a good look at the doll's back.
Oh. Damn it.
I don't know who started this shitty game, but that button should end it. So
every time he catches a kid moving,
take a good look at
they die. And their head explodes. It is flipping nuts, man. Damura-san is here. And I watched. Don't watch it with the dub version. Watch the subtitle version, please, guys. I beg of you.
I don't like dubbed things ever since Silas when I was a kid.
I like dubbed Bruce Lee films, but that's it. What was Silas?
It was a kid on a horse playing a recorder. Is what I remember.
One of those. There was a lot of that.
Because there was Heidi.
Oh,
there
Heidi,
was, I
your
think
grandfather.
German or Austrian.
Yeah.
And then there was Silas.
I had a crush on Heidi. She was so beautiful.
Clara was the more glamorous one, but okay.
Yeah, but Clara was damaged goods. So
she was, and then Peter, how peevish, pushes her. Do you remember he pushed her wheelchair over the mountain?
Peter the Goat Boy is Boris Johnson. Hello, caller.
Hi, Ian. Good evening. Hello, Catherine. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Have you got a couple of minutes before your guest comes?
Our guest is due any second now. So you have a choice of starting, and as soon as Greg comes, we have to say goodbye, or you can call in after Greg.
I'm going to call back after Greg. It's quite important. I think I've got some really good ideas.
All right, then okay. Well, then we need those good ideas. Call back, or I'll give you a call back when Greg's done. I've got your number. Thank you very much, indeed. I don't remember Silas. I remember the water margin and everyone saying it was like Monkey, and it wasn't. It was boring, really, really boring. The water margin, but that film is great. I tried to find Takeshi Miike's done like 200 films apparently, and he needs a spanking because they are messed up. I tried to find Zebra Man online, but I couldn't find Zebra Man. He's
excellent camouflage, you see.
Well, yeah, exactly. I might have seen Zebra Man years ago because I used to be into all of that stuff. But yeah, it was As the Gods Will It was great, and I didn't understand the ending. And actually, I quite liked it because I didn't understand the ending. It made very, very little sense, and there was like this character that hadn't really been in it much, and he left his room, and his mum said, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to save the world." And that was kind of the end of the film.
Be back for tea.
But he was one of those Japanese kids, and I can't remember the word for it, where they don't leave their rooms. There's a word for it, and they just live a virtual online life. And hey, Paul Bodella's tipped £25. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Nook of the Nook. Paul. Thank you, Alfie, for those subs. Yes, man. Yes, man. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to admit Mr. Greg Sestero. We're going to get rid of this rubbish at the top of the screen because Greg's coming in on his iPhone. This is the world we live in, right? Where you can make video communication with other sides of the world using a telephone. My God, you're so damn good looking, Greg. Hey, man, nice to see you. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. You need to change your...
All right.
There you
How about now?
There you are.
Perfect.
Whereabouts are you? I'm imagining it somewhere very glamorous and movie based.
How about now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you perfectly. Yes.
You perfectly. Yes.
He can't hear us.
Okay. How about now? How about now?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Whereabouts are you, man? I'm imagining somewhere very glamorous and movie based.
I'm in Salem, Massachusetts, the home of the witch trials, the Halloween capital of the world, man. We're here to show the new film.
One of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. You must have seen this, Salem's Lot with David Soul. Did you watch that as a kid?
Yeah.
When that vampire comes up at the window. It's terrifying. We have shown the trailer for Miracle Valley a couple of times tonight. I was surprised. This is the first film you've directed.
Yeah, I've wrote and produced Best Friends Volume 1 and Volume 2. I finally got out there and went for it all. Wrote, directed, starred, did the whole thing. So
it looks,
and I love horror movies.
It looks stunning. It looks beautiful. It looks a bit creepy as well. And we've just been talking about, I don't know if you've seen Squid Game, which is very popular over here at the moment, the Korean TV show.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about that and some kind of creepy Japanese films. And Miracle Valley looks like it fits in with that kind of stuff. What can you tell us without blowing the gig? What's going on in there?
I've always been fascinated with cults. And, being part of a cinematic cult like The Room, what draws us in to want to join a cult and be a part of it. And so I researched cults for several years, and I came across this cult in the desert that traffics humans for very, very strange reasons. And I thought, I'm going to move to the desert. I'm going to watch a horror film every single day and figure out, what do I love about this film? Psycho, Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I thought, I'm going to try to create something from my love of 70s horror.
Wow.
And give it back to our fans who have supported us all these years, and give them something that's going to really make them laugh, scare them, and hopefully, as Johnny said in The Room, you can laugh, you can cry, you can express yourself. So it's really right along the lines of something, super bizarre. A little bit of Midsummer, a little bit of Breakdown with Kurt Russell. It's got a little bit of all those films that I loved, and we went out, we made it, and we finished it just in time for the pandemic. so we were able to do post production and do all that stuff.
I was gonna ask. So you shot it and it was all wrapped before the world shut down.
Yeah, just in time, literally like that week, and then we went straight into editing and post production. So it was quite a wild ride in the past year. I was lucky to be on The Haunting of Bly Manor last year, the Netflix show. I had a cameo. The great director Mike Flanagan had read The Disaster Artist, and he really liked it. And he gave me a role up on that show. So last October, it was The Haunting of Bly Manor. This year, it's another horror film. So hopefully that'll be my tradition. Every October, I release a horror film. And I'm working on a UFO abduction movie right now. So yeah, it's all... I'm heading into the bizarre world of filmmaking.
Dude, if you need like 2 radio hosts to be abducted by aliens, me and Kath, that we were made for that role, right? I would love to be anally probed by anybody.
Wow, well, you can do that part. I will try and communicate with him if I can.
Catherine, I've not really asked you about this. Are you a big horror fan?
Yes, I love horror, but I don't like real life horror. So ghost trains and stuff, forget it. I can't stumble around in the dark. I can't. But I love horror films, really love them. And I was going to ask you, Greg, nowadays we think we know more about the world. Horror is a genre that really kind of thrives, you would think, best in kind of ignorance and in the dark and stuff. But people still have an appetite, don't they, for being terrified? What do you think that is?
They do. There's just something about that adrenaline rush. I know for me, when I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a kid, I was so terrified. I still wanted to watch it, almost close my eyes, but still see what was going on. And the same goes for Silence of the Lambs. So I think our minds love that adrenaline rush of, what's out there. And I think for me, it's funny because you're mentioning radio host. The UFO abduction film is about a radio host who gets drawn into this bizarre UFO abduction story, and so I gotta study you guys so I can get in character.
Come on, man, we'll come and do a coach. It's tough to get it right. You mentioned Chainsaw Massacre, Tobe Hooper. That's one of my favorite films, partly because it was banned over here for years and years and years. You had to go and buy it like in special shops, would have it under the counter, and I love it, and I think it's so over the top, and it's 25 minutes of screaming with Leatherface. I think it's iconic and I love it. I went and saw the new Candyman the other day, right? And I hated it. And at the end of it, the last line is, "Tell everyone." And the guy in front of me in the cinema said, "Yeah, tell everyone this film is shit." And it was such a shame because the original Candyman is a work of art, right? And this, it just didn't get it. It's tricky to get right, isn't it? The scare.
It is. And I was fortunate because I was living in the middle of nowhere in this incredible location. So when I was writing the script, I knew what we had access to, and I knew what kind of story we could tell. So I didn't write the script and then have to find all the locations. I knew we had a plethora of just amazing Tarantino-esque grindhouse locations, churches, and all that. So I tailored the scenes to something that I knew we could get and pull off. And I knew the actors we were going to have were, our lead, Rick Edwards. He plays a priest, a biker priest. And, he's just a force of nature. So I knew what he could pull off. And therefore, it was a lot of fun to put our strengths into what we knew we could do. Because you're right. I mean, going out and just making a horror film that, a 70s style horror film that needs, every 10 seconds or 20 seconds, you need a laugh, you need a moment to pay off for it to work. It's really hard to do it blindly. So luckily we knew what we were getting ourselves into in trying to make this film.
Now, if you see me typing away, all I'm doing is I'm tweeting the link to Fright Fest. So it's being shown over here at Fright Fest, which is huge. Mm-hmm. We talk about it, but one of our listeners is a huge fan of Fright Fest. It's being shown, I think, on October the 30th over in London. Are you coming over for that? Are you able to come over for that? I don't know what the rules are.
I'd love to. I love London. I've been over there so many times. I'm, probably going to be doing a Zoom Q&A for them. If the world's aligned, it'd be awesome to be there in person. But if not, I'll definitely be doing a Zoom Q&A with some of the cast. But Fright Fest is incredible. We're honored to be there. And Halloween's my favorite holiday, and we're getting to show, October 30th. So it's pretty cool.
It's amazing. It's not amazing. there's so much affection for you. And I've spoken to like a few indie cinemas. We had a little cinema club once, and we spoke to a few indie cinemas, and they told us how willing you and Tommy were to come over and talk about a film that, geez, I don't even know how old The Room is now. It's old. And you have cultivated, by being so approachable, this incredible fan base. You have an amazing amount of support for what you do.
Well, it's one of those things. 20 years ago, almost now, we made The Room, and it was a movie I didn't think anybody would ever see, and here we are, 2 decades later, and it's just amazing to see the people being so supportive and coming out, and being inspired by the story. I think at the beginning, it's easy to laugh at and say, "Oh, the worst movie ever made," the rooftop scene, but the people have grown with a great affinity for it, and I've met people now who were 12 years old when they watched The Room, which isn't the best idea, but now, they're in their 20s and they're pursuing their dream. And it's like we become a fabric of people's lives through the book. The Disaster Artist it's amazing that 8 years ago today, The Disaster Artist came out, and I still have people talking to me about it, how much they love it, the audiobook. So it's been really a great ride to be a part of this and just have people that appreciate your work. Because at the end of the day, you could make something, put your heart into it. If you have nobody there to watch it or support you, it just goes into the void. So I feel very thankful that we have a crowd and a fan base that supports us. I mean, we need them as much as they need us. So it's great teamwork.
I love how much you clearly still enjoy that association. I was looking at your Twitter feed earlier on, and there are a number of kind of appearances that you do. And generally, when you go up on stage, you hear a chorus of "Oh, hi, Greg," and you seem to enjoy that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I'm a huge movie fan. I always have been. So, I love Back to the Future. Obviously, that's a much better film than The Room. But if I were lucky enough to meet, Doc Brown, or I'm sure I would be in a similar manner. So I definitely I appreciate that people still love this movie, and it's never been a thing where it's ever bothered me, because I think a lot of times when you're starting out, if you're established as an actor, then you have something to lose. But for me, all I had done was retro Puppet Master, and let's be honest, that wasn't breaking any box office records. So I pretty much was, when I did The Room, was completely unknown, and oddly enough, The Room gave me a chance now to try to make films. So I've always been very grateful for the experience, and obviously getting a chance to write The Disaster Artist and have that turned into a great film. So I've just taken what I've been given, and I'm just making the most of it and enjoying the process.
I was surprised to see, and delighted to see, you're friends with Neil Hamburger, who we love. We have been out for dinner with Neil or Greg, and we love Neil Hamburger. For those of you watching who don't know, Neil Hamburger is America's entertainer. And boy, oh boy, that's some show if you go and see Neil for the first time. How do you know him?
Dude, I love Greg. I sent him a link of Miracle Valley. I sent it to him last summer before we had the score and the color correction, and he, oddly enough, and I shouldn't be surprised, he knew about the original cult of Miracle Valley. He had gone out to the spot that I had been, which I thought nobody else knew about this. Greg knew about it, and he told me how much he loved the 70s vibe, and it reminded him of all those movies he loved in the 70s. And he gave me some actual material that we sprinkled in, some really unique, great footage that we put in Miracle Valley. So Greg's great. I met him through his wife, who's Australian. They came to a screening in London, and we hit it off. And then I got to go see his show in Soho, and I was like, dude, I'm sold. Greg is just like, he's so talented in so many different ways, and I'm really glad to know him.
Oh, he's great, and I'm a big fan of him. What he does with Tim Heidecker and Decker and all of that stuff kind of has vibes of The Room and stuff like that. And I think the thing about The Room, how amazing creating something that's lasted 20 years and gets more and more popular after 20 years, and there is affection for it. And I think the thing with The Room and The Disaster Artist, first time round is funny, but the more you look into it, it's inspiring. It's actually inspiring that people made this, that it kind of didn't go where they wanted to go, and then it took on a life of its own. And I think that's great. And that 20 years later, you're still out there, you're still working in an industry that tosses people aside, and now you're directing what looks like it's going to be a bloody horrible film, So that's incredible to have sustained that long.
It is. It's really, again, it's The Room has been a gift that has, brought so many people together. And I think, I was a passenger on that project. I survived the making of it. And I think my attitude looking at it as something that was intriguing and fascinating versus being embarrassed of it opened me up to meet more people and more opportunities. And then I thought, hey, The Room is not a movie that's going to get me acting work, but I believe the story behind the making of The Room, my friendship with Tommy, pursuing your dreams and having this story bookend it, I thought was a great way to tell it. And that's why I wrote The Disaster Artist and thought, hey, if I can get a movie made out of this story, that's great. Then I took the worst movie ever made and made it a positive experience. And I've just continued to look at things that way. And like I said, I mean, it was amazing last year to be on The Haunting of Bly Manor, the #1 show on Netflix, because Mike Flanagan had seen The Room, he loved it, and he read The Disaster Artist and really appreciated it. So, it's just been one of the things I try to just follow my passion and make films, and that's where my focus is, and also having fun with it. I mean, if you're not having fun, then there's no point to be doing any of this.
This is a big thing we're talking about. So Miracle Valley is the new film. If you want to go and see it, it's on at London at Fright Fest, which is great, and they showed like dozens of films, and you can get a ticket for one film, you can get a ticket for the day, ticket for the weekend. It's on look at this, what perfect scheduling. Saturday the 30th of October at 11:20 p.m. That is great. What is there a plan after that? Is there going to be distribution? Is it going to be Blu-ray? Is it going to be streamed? Have you thought that far ahead yet?
Yeah, I mean, I really want people to see it in the cinema if it's safe and possible, because really horror comes alive with the crowd, and this movie especially is far out. I mean, it's bonkers. So I really want people to experience it together. So I'm hoping next year we can do a proper release and get people out and have a good time in the cinema.
Greg, it's so lovely to see you, brother. And I was thrilled when you got in touch asking if you could come on. We're going to keep tweeting we've been posting the link in the chat. We'll tweet the link as well. And wish you the very, very best of success with it. Be safe in Salem, man. There are actual witches there. So just you have your holy water, your cross, all of that stuff.
I know. I asked a few out on a date tonight, so we'll see if they how that works out. But I'm hoping to get in. I'm hoping to get into the witch house, because that's where all the partying happens. You know what I'm saying?
Greg,
I saw a documentary about that with Bette Midler. That was a
yeah. They filmed Hocus Pocus. They filmed here, so
yeah, so good.
I'm just trying to run into her. I haven't seen her yet, but I'll keep you guys posted.
You'll know
Greg,
when you see her.
It's so lovely to see you, man. Stay safe, and I wish you the best of luck with the film. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really
Pleasure.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Now I've got to remove him without reporting him to Zoom. That's what we don't want to do. He's gone. What a nice man, huh?
I love the fact he's friends with Greg Turkington.
Greg, we went out for dinner with Greg Turkington.
What a measured, thoughtful, kind, charming person.
Greg Turkington. You mentioned someone. He'd have a story. He had a story about going to a party at Mickey Dolenz's house. He was like with someone, and someone said, "Oh, I'm going to Dolenz's house for his birthday. Do you want to come?" Yeah, okay. It was Greg Sestero there. Miracle Valley is the movie. If you are going to Fright Fest and you'd missed that one, put that in your list of films to go and see. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if it's any good. And if you don't go to Fright Fest, just keep it in the back of your head. And maybe you'll see it pop up at a late night screening at the cinema somewhere. I want some of that.
Sounds great.
The Smiths, thank you for resubscribing. 16-month streak. I like it when people are nice like that. And also, here's my tip, dear listener. I wasn't going to mention The Room until right towards the end, because you want to talk about his new movie, and it's interesting when the person you're interviewing feels they have to drop in the thing that they're famous for. And I get it. It's like you'd have a singer on and you'd say, Stephen Page, formerly of Bare Naked Ladies. You kind of have to give a little bit of positioning as to what they were, or what they are, their history. I was quite happy with holding The Room right back till the very end. But that just shows how proud he is of that and The Disaster Artist. I haven't read the book. I need to read the book. I've seen the film. But how proud he is of... I mean, imagine making something that's that popular 20 years later.
Yeah, exactly. And that people have real affection for. It's a ridiculous film, and no one is saying it's, Citizen Kane, in fact, the other end of the spectrum, but people love it. And it's one of those things that seems to unite people, that it feels like a little club, although after 20 years, the club is not so little.
Tired Barber, thank you very much indeed. We're going to count that as a new sub because I just seen what you've done.
Thank
so
you.
that is going up there to there. So we've got 4 new Patreon subs this evening, which is great. Max, I've just seen your email. It goes into into detail about why you think. It's Tommy Wiseau's birthday this weekend. I can see you mentioned about the radio stuff. I will read that later, and thank you very much indeed. For your suggestions, genuinely. That was nice. He got in touch with me and said, "Can I come on?"
That's always lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, that was nice. Should we phone back our caller who called in?
Yeah.
It's a little
I also
tricky.
wanted to mention something that happened to me earlier in the week.
Oh, yeah, go on.
So I was on Twitter because I've had a lot of free time.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw someone talk. I think she spoke to me, or she mentioned something that I'd said, and she looked cool. So I followed her and told her that, I'm following you because I think you look fab. And then she followed me back and she said, I'm totally fangirling because I'm a community radio host. And apparently we're something of an inspiration to her. They also do stuff on Twitch. I had a listen to her radio program. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. It's called, let me get
Stick
this
it
right.
up your bum, John.
No,
that's what I call a radio show now.
The Nerdy T-shirt show.
Oh.
And it's 2 Yorkshire women.
Oh, send me the link for this.
It's
Already
so
I'm
good.
sold.
It's on something called Gumbo FM, which I think is based in Leeds.
Yeah.
And it's sweary, and they pull no punches. They're brilliant. But actually, there's real heart to it. When you get beyond the kind of, obviously they're doing quite a jolly program. They have some really brilliant conversations. They're best mates, and it's that thing of you put 2 people together and say, do a radio show, right? So rare when you get a real magic that comes from friendship, but friends who will talk about basically anything, right? And these women had such a brilliant conversation. They were brilliant company. I thought I'd just have a listen just to be polite, right? Listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I am listening. I'm just retweeting something that Greg has asked me to retweet, but I'm listening. I want a link for that. That sounds right up my street.
So good. So good. They sound like they're having a really good time, most of all, because it's not their full-time job. They're doing it because they love it, and you can tell it's brilliant. It's like an evening in the pub with a couple of mates. That's my swearing.
I'm just saying, lovely to talk to Greg tonight. Will be a video and a podcast later on. His new film, Miracle Valley, looks very spooky indeed. ... There we go. Yeah, I'll have some of that, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
I tweeted it earlier in the week, but I'll retweet it now and say, have a listen to this. So, yeah, do that. Let's do that.
Beautiful. Oh, we've got to stop singing Gary Glitter. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, I can't remember what I was... can't remember... Oh, I do remember. And I'm going to speak very vaguely here. Sorry, dear listener, but Catherine knows who I'm referring to. I said that I'd met someone who told me that they'd been a fan of the talk radio show. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
And what I forgot to tell you was they also said that they really enjoyed the shows that you did when I wasn't there.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Sorry, and that was integral to the thing. They also said, when you were away for a bit, and Catherine did some shows on her own, and they were great as well. And
that's always nice to hear.
Yeah.
It flies in the face of what that Billy told me when he slid into my DMs on Instagram when he said, I think we can all agree it didn't work.
Chris Draper says, Ian and Catherine, just wondering if you would like me to send those 40 hours of Tommy Boyd shows. I can either send you a download link or stick them on a memory stick. Would be awesome, Chris. You did mention that the other day. That would be awesome. I mean, I've got so much. Oh, I do have a podcast full of Tommy Boyd stuff. I don't really know what's on it. Not a podcast, an iPod, and I don't really know what's on it. Let's just quickly say what we're here to do tonight. This is a free show, absolutely free, yours to watch and enjoy for free, but we'll do a free show probably Tuesday next week. We need to work out the schedule. But most of the shows this month are going to be behind the paywall. What's the paywall? Well, it means you get a secret link every time we do a show for an unlisted YouTube live stream. It gets sent to you if you are a 666 plus VAT patron or above. It's the only way to see the full live show, to get the full audio as a podcast, and to be able to go back and watch the show if you missed it. Some people don't like the podcast. Some people don't like watching it. You know, you get all of the options. So 666 plus VAT. There's the link in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Izzy. And most of the stuff this month is going to be behind the paywall for the people that pay for it. I can't work out the balance of what should be free or not. And I think maybe last month we tried giving away loads of stuff free. We didn't really get many more patrons. So we're thinking this month we're going to say thank you to the patrons. There's a comment in the chat you should read, Catherine, I think, from Are You Sitting Comfortably? And there was another one as well, a little bit higher up. You might want to scroll up. So tonight is free. Tuesday, I guess, I don't really know, next week will be free, and there'll be some other free bits. We'll do a movie watch along one night that'll be free. There'll be the gaming streams will be on here for free, but the majority of stuff this month you've got to be 666 plus VAT or above to get access to. There's the $4.99 plus VAT that gets you like the 45-minute best of podcast that you would get back in the old days for free. But the real meat, 666 plus VAT or £20 plus VAT, gets you bonus podcasts, exclusive stuff that is completely different to this, music shows, kind of audio diaries, all kinds of stuff. And you also, at the £20 level, you get invited to a private Zoom meeting with me, Catherine, and the other 20-pounders. And it is a joy. It's one of the highlights of my month.
And as David Turner says, the nude stuff is all behind the paywall.
Jesus, he's back. That guy is back. For those who missed it, I got petrol today, and I was so excited getting petrol that I thought I would celebrate it with the other people on the petrol forecourt. And
it's my petrol! Yes, man! Yes, man!
Absolutely nothing. Here we go. Look again. Watch this.
It's my petrol!
Right. Nothing from that person. Nothing. Go around here.
Yes.
Nothing. Look at this guy. This guy up here and this guy. Nothing. Let's not look at the guy celebrating petrol. Look at this guy. Look at this guy's this guy there. But this guy is like, I've got petrol. I can see my kids. I can see my kids. I can go and visit my 71-year-old mother on the day after her birthday in a care home. I can do these things. Turner says, this video is the best. Harry made me play it 12 times in a row. Turner's wrote it. Turner's kind of dared me to do it. So I did it. You got a cat's bumming? Jesus, look at the size of those things now.
This is the smaller one. That's Yoko. Let me get Yoshi for you because he's been a pain. Yoshi, come here. Yoshi.
By the way, let me read this. M's a lot. I'll always remember the week of Catherine's shows on Talk. Some of the most emotionally intense calls I'd ever heard on the show, and Kath handled them beautifully. Catherine was and is as much why I want Patreon as you, Ian. It's your friendship I'm deeply in love with. Paper House Dream. Richard says, I love the Catherine solo shows. So glad Matty made a separate podcast feed for them, so we've got them forever. Stewpot says, I recall being not quite sure what to expect when Kath stood in, but Kath was genuinely excellent, a really good presenter and such a soothing voice. We're going to take this call. It's going to be a little bit fiddly because I have to hold the headphones here. But Catherine, I can still hear you, can't I?
Yes.
Hello, caller. Who is this, please?
My name is Andrew. Well, second time caller now.
You called earlier on. Right, this is really fiddly because otherwise you can't hear Catherine. I tell you what, Catherine, when you want to talk, wave your hand and I'll move my headphones down so that Andrew can hear you, okay? But
I'll just listen. It's fine. I'll just listen.
Okay, Andrew, you've got ideas for us. Let's have them.
I'm really out of my comfort zone. I struggle to have a conversation with one person, but I really had to say it. I've been waiting to say it all week.
Okay.
I'm really worried. Really worried.
Oh, hang on one second. My kids want me. What do you want? We're probably about another half an hour. Why?
I just wondered.
What are you after? I'm talking to a guy called Andrew who's a bit nervous about calling, and you've interrupted this. This is outrageous behaviour. I'm too busy to slap your bottom. Can you slap it yourself? I will have a fruit pastel. Yes, thank you. I do love you. Are you hungry or anything? Oh, fine. All right, see you later.
I'm hungry.
Andrew, I'm so sorry. My kids are out of the will. Let's try again. Go on.
I'm genuinely really worried about both of you two at the moment. You must be both under extreme pressure, and I'm sure many of your Patreons are. My idea is, and I'm just thinking out loud, is we patrons need to start some sort of Save the TNA campaign. Oh, yeah. I think the late night alternative should be prescribed on the NHS. I can't afford private psychotherapy, and you guys provide me with invaluable therapy and makes me feel like I'm a part of something, all for the price of my Patreon subscription. So my idea is, I think all of us patrons should write to our local MPs and highlight all of the good work that you do and try and get some sort of funding. And even if that doesn't work, maybe that act is something that the press might be able to pick up on, just to raise some sort of awareness for you guys.
Do it.
And another thing out there, if we can get £30,000 together between 600 patrons, that's £50 each. And I know it's a lot of money, but maybe you could run a poll on just to see who could commit to.
Well, here's the thing. It was Andrew, wasn't it? Sorry, it was Andrew, wasn't it?
Yep.
Right. Thank you so much for your kind words. That means a lot, right? Because there is still a little part in the back of my head that's going, this is a racket. This is a con. And actually, the support and the lovely messages we've had in the last week or so, and your call, I can actually hear it now. And maybe I couldn't hear it a month ago. So that is what you said is wonderful. Thank you. In terms of the money, to some people, £6 is a lot of money a month. Some people, 150 quid is nothing. To some, £4 is a lot of money. So we always say we don't want anyone to get in any kind of financial trouble supporting us. Your own financial comfort is your priority, and if you can afford to slip us a few quid, that's brilliant. But we would never want anyone to get in trouble or it to be tight for them because of us. That's not what this is about. That's not the vibe. Okay. So in terms of the 50 quid each, that is quite possibly out of the reach of a lot of people. I like the idea. Yes, we should be prescribed on the NHS. I do think that we do a lot for people's mental health, and we've actually had. You're not the first person to say that this week. We've had quite a few private messages on Patreon from people saying something really, really similar to that, and some of them going into specifics, and some of them not. So I appreciate what you're saying. I really appreciate you making a call, and I forgot to call you back. I was going to do it, but I forgot. So you've had to call. You've had the double whammy of, oh God, I've got to make a phone call, and I do know how nervous and uncomfortable that can be. Hey, listen, man. If you want to get people on Twitter, if you want to write to your MP, I'm not going to stop you. That sounds beautiful. Thank you.
We'll see what we can do then for you. It's heartbreaking to hear that things might come to an end in the near future.
Well, it's just we're lucky that we get anything from this, but we did have a big drop off of subs last month, and we had the conversation. At what point financially is it not worth doing? We're working harder than we ever worked at Talk Radio because there's stuff going on behind the scenes, and that's cool. We're happy to do that. Yeah. But if we had the conversation of if it prompted by me, if it drops much lower than this, I don't want to do it. Maybe it's time to hang up our headphones and put dust sheets over our microphones and do something else. So it is a little bit tight. It is a little bit tight, but I don't know. I don't know, Andrew. But your words are very, very kind, and I hope that doesn't sound patronising and dismissive.
No, not.
We will both. What you've said tonight will sit with us both for quite a while.
God bless you then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. You take care of yourself. Have a lovely, lovely night. Thank you. And that's one of the things, Catherine, is you're not going to get Mark Dolan getting a call like that. We have got. There's a ghost in the house.
Honestly, everyone has just started kicking off. I've had to pull the cats off the curtains, This lot are running about, flushing the toilet upstairs. It's as if Mummy's working, guys.
It's not proper work because we just sat in front of the computer talking. I don't know, God knows why my eldest was like, well, you're going to be much longer. Well, I know why. He wants to come and play Fortnite on.
Yeah, they're probably messaging each other. Conspiracy.
Oh, Andrew, is that you? Andrew Feisty, was that who we just spoke to, Andrew? You know, we are aware that we have got the flipping best fans in the flipping world, man.
And also, did you see Robin Ince retweeted? He sent me a really nice message as well.
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah. About 2 or 3 retweets he's done.
Okay.
And endorsements, personal endorsements, saying that we're fine broadcasters.
That is very, very kind of him. What are you doing? Pats. That's very kind of him. I had a fruit pastel. I really would like another one.
I've not had any tea. I'm thinking ordering a pizza.
I had a pizza the other night. I only did it because I went through McDonald's drive-thru and I didn't get anything today. I've eaten quite a lot. Andrew, thank you for that.
That's not how drive-thrus work. What did you do?
I had the kids with me, so they got stuff.
It was just window shopping.
My kids are so posh because I always mess up the order. So I said, right, you can do the order, right? And so they both went, excuse me, may I please have... Excuse me, may I please have Stacey Kane, 1982. Thank you for the sub. I saw someone say like they had 4 patrons and I missed that comment and I wanted to read that comment. So if you want to type that again, I would love to see that. Izzy says, do it. She had pizza tonight. Do it.
I might do it.
I've eaten terribly this week. I'm getting a big old belly button again.
Well, you're sitting on it well because I can't see it.
Thank you so much. 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 Oh, Chris Draper. Tommy Boyd stuff. Whoa,
Thank you, Chris.
46. Hang on a minute. Just bear with me. Oh, hang on a minute. Just bear with me.
Tamata wakatangi hangi kuwe uo tamataya tuli puka kapiki monga hora nuku poka wena wakatana tahu mataku waitanga nurukawa mikitora.
Rob Wells 20 says I threw away 3 bits of KFC earlier and I regret it now. That was a
I
stupid
bet you do.
You're right, Pats. Pats, what's wrong? Pats? What's wrong, darling? Why are you crying? Pats? Oh, you want to go out? Okay, fine. They're listening to Flamingo, who's one of the most annoying YouTubers of all time.
My youngest got a flamingo hoodie for her birthday. That was her request.
Wow.
Some kids' merch.
I'm Flamingo, and I will on Roblox and pretending to be 5. That's one of the things he does. I do think he's a little bit... I like Flamingo. It makes me laugh, but sometimes he's also really, really irritating as well.
Not for us, though, remember.
Not for us. Here's the thing. We will, if we watch any Paddington Greens, if we watch anything, we have to do it on Twitch. I really thought the other night we'd get away with watching Airline on YouTube because I thought if it was on YouTube, you could watch it. But we got kicked off. So we are now in the middle of a Paddington Green watch-along and an Airline watch-along. I would like to watch an episode of Paddington Green, right?
Yes.
And I'm trying to work out how we do it.
Don't you dare.
All right, I won't then.
Not you. I'm talking to Yoko.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
I'm trying to work out how we do it. You... Shut up, man. You...
Me?
No, airport. Sorry, airport. No, Airline is without
Airline?
Jeremy. Airport is with Jeremy. We've been watching Airline. Why do I smell off meat? How do we make it? Shut up, man. How do we make it work? So you would have to watch it on Twitch.
Yeah. Put me on Discord or something. That way I can order my pizza and no one can see me scoffing.
Hang on a minute. Why?
Win-win.
Why are you calling in on the phone? Why are you not joining the Zoom, Gatford?
I don't want to be on camera this evening. I'm feeling a little bit.
You don't have to have the camera on, but now Catherine can't talk to you. You're sounding cataphobic.
I'm good.
All right, if you repost the link, I'll call on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay.
I can smell off meat.
Yeah.
Maybe
Is it the cat's doing a poo?
Copy invite link. It could be actually. It could be my boys. Screen share on Zoom. That would work, right? That would work, wouldn't it? Screen share on Zoom.
Cater with those Zoom suggestions.
All right. Well, we're halfway through. Izzy, get ready, but not yet. Get ready, but not yet, Izzy. We were halfway through an episode, so we could try it for a few minutes. Izzy, not yet. Izzy is our minute keeper, and she should know exactly what episode and exactly what moment to go to. Gatford. Gary.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there. So nice to see you.
Very close to a voice there.
Okay. So yeah, well, it wasn't, it wasn't an attempt. It was, just
doesn't matter. Accidental racism is still racism.
Yeah, good point. I apologise. I can't see Cass. What's going on? What have I got?
I'm invisible at the moment.
Oh no, there you are. It's on that thing where they only show you when you speak.
Right, 1 second. Dave, hello? Who is Dave? Now, I've taken the shot off because Dave could be a peen.
Ooh.
Dave, so he's he's CND and a heart. Dave?
Ooh.
Piece of love, that, isn't it? Surely.
Dave, unmute yourself. Dave.
Oh, there we go.
Hello, are you sitting comfortably?
I am. Are you going to show us your penis?
Definitely no.
Okay, that's lovely. How come, Gary, we'll come to you in a second. Dave, how can we
No
help
problem,
you?
yeah.
Muted yourself. Oh, there he is.
Dave?
I just clicked on the link. I tell you what, start a video, you can see me.
It's Dave!
Hello, Dave.
It's Dave. There you go.
Dave, why have you got a side on? You got the camera on the side.
Because I've got a big screen in front.
Okay, can you smell meat as well?
I've got both. I think I'm going to get rid of
Gary.
Whatever.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good, thanks.
How can we be of assistance to you this evening?
I just thought I'd join the link. I've still got to get rid of the other stream. Hang on a second.
Okay, you get rid of the other stream. I want to ask Gary, what's wrong with your voice? Because you sound like you got a cold.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I'll tell you what. I will put the camera on as it's you. There you are.
You don't look good, man.
No, I. Do you know what? I went to a work meeting on Wednesday on Zoom, when it was on Teams. Sorry, and 3 people messaged me during the meeting going, "You're all right. You look a bit pale."
Yeah.
And I felt absolutely fine. And I feel I've just got a bit. I've had the flu jab. I've probably just got a touch of the colds.
This is the thing they say, right? Everyone that gets the flu jab gets poorly afterwards, right? And they always say, well, it's not the jab. It can't be the jab. That's not how the jab works. But everyone gets poorly after the jab. Catherine's got her finger up.
No, only because that's happening there.
Oh, okay. Everyone who gets the
Is she
flu
going to come
jab.
down my stairs now?
Yes.
Everyone who gets the
Got
flu
a taste of
jab
that.
gets poorly and go, well, it can't be the jab. That's not how the jab works. We're starting to realise that's bullshit, right?
Because my mum's the same. She was here this afternoon, and she had the flu jab, and she feels a bit achy today. So
Yeah, well, it can't be the jab. That's not how
it
they
can't be
work.
the jab, no. And it doesn't contain a bit of flu in it.
What they do is they sneeze into it, don't they? That's how they do it. They get an old man to sneeze into the thing, and then they inject that into your arm. I think that's how it works.
And then I believe there's some voodoo that they do. So
hoodoo.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you do.
No, you do.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you're feeling poorly. Stewpot says, I have to say I got poorly after it as well. Thank you, Stewpot, for backing up my point.
Do you know what I've decided to do tomorrow?
Masturbate yourself senseless.
No.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to have a duvet day. I'm going to line up some
Same
films.
thing. Same thing.
I'm going to line up some films. I'm going to bring the duvet downstairs, and I'm going to have a day.
Good for you.
I'm going to have a me day.
Good for you. Good for you. Get to know yourself.
Not like that.
Get to know yourself better. Be intimate with. There's a great Imani song that makes me laugh so much. Some of her songs are so funny. I can't remember the thing, but I'm cheating on you with me, and it's all about how she's going to get. First of all, I thought the lyric was, "I'm going to get down and give myself a rim," right? And I'd expect that from, but about 3 years later, I worked out I'm going to get down and give myself a ring. I'd get down on my knee and give myself a ring. And I said to her, I thought was that rim? She said, no, it's ring, you idiot. So don't do either of those things. I don't mind.
Yeah. The other reason, have you shown Catherine her present yet?
No. Do you want me to show it now?
Well, I'm just wondering, with the crisis being as it is, I'm not sure when Catherine will get to see it.
Oh,
so
I can hardly wait.
Dave, that's an impressive picture on the wall behind you.
It is, isn't it? Yes, it's
very nice.
It's elephants walking in the. It's only from a charity shop, so it looks quite cool.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
From Gatford, here is your birthday present.
Oh, thanks so much. I'll have a few gins and.
Yeah. And if you can read some out on the show, that'd be great.
Definitely.
Let me go in. Oh, the spacing is finger spacing. You're okay.
Of course it is. Has she done pictures as well?
Julia,
please.
Julia's cheeks flooded with colour. Yes. And does he?
Oh, blimey, it's got the cats, Randy.
Margaret flinched. Her own cheeks were blazing. Does he perform the act? Adequately, I mean, she asked, realising as she did so that she wasn't at all sure what she meant. I think so, Julia whispered, keeping her gaze fixed on the window. As far as I'm aware, he does what is necessary, but to no avail. Every month,
she fixing the gaze on the window. That's not
every
fair.
month I have to endure the embarrassment of my maid removing the evidence of my failure, knowing that the bad news will be all over the servants' hall in 5 minutes.
Gosh.
I didn't realise I was buying Catherine porn. Sorry. That wasn't my intention.
I might have a bit of that. That's my doing.
Don't you read it before me? I don't want any.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, that really is one of the kindest things I've ever seen from anybody in my life.
Thanks. I feel like you bought that for yourself because you want me to do the voice.
Yeah.
It's Umpa says, is it Julia Hartley Brewer's diary? Steady.
Oh.
Bound to be a few toe jobs. Pornford. That's duvet day sorted. There we go. Thank you, Gary. It's
I shall
appreciated.
leave you to chat with Dave and see you anon.
Auf Wiedersehen, my friend. Hope you have a lovely day tomorrow.
Thank you for my present.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Dave!
Hello there.
Hello, Dave. How's your life going?
It's not too bad. I got sent home from work today because apparently I got close to someone with COVID.
Oh no!
So I've been working from home this afternoon. So
okay. And have you got?
I've done the test. It's fine. So it was last week apparently. So I'm good.
It's a strange old thing that everything is kind of normal now, but I don't think much has changed. We guess we have the jabs.
Well, the story's changed, but I think the reality is still the same.
Yeah, it's a strange time to be alive. Pandemic, no food on the shelves. This is a slight exaggeration, but very little petrol out there. It's a strange old world right now, and we are just bit part players in it.
Well, I came on here because you guys are brilliant, and you know that because I've told you that many times before. But that's why I've stepped up for a little bit longer, a little bit more for this month anyway.
Thank you.
Because you guys deserve it, and I want you to keep on going if you can.
I'm going to buy myself a new car. Thank you. I went to see my youngest play football, and I saw some of the parents, and I said, "How are you doing with this petrol thing?" And they went, "Oh, we've got hybrids." Okay, right, end of that conversation. Okay, all right, fine. Yes, I see how that works now. Yeah. Well, thank you, David. It's appreciated. We're going to try and watch a little bit of Paddington Green before we go to bed. So
I love that.
I'm gonna boot you off.
Cool.
But I'm gonna boot you off with love. Goodbye. So how do we? Right. First of all, I can never remember where I've got Paddington Green. Paddington Green is in my Google Drive. That's where it is.
Posting. Oh, I was going to say luxuries. What was the one thing? No, the two things that while I was together with my husband, I wasn't allowed to have.
Sex, orgasms.
One.
Terrible thing to say. I apologise.
Two, I'm ignoring. Two, electric blanket. You're looking
I
at
can
a
see
woman
why
with
this-
a double electric blanket.
I can see why this marriage didn't last. Next time I change my sheets, the electric blanket is going on there, baby.
Going on tonight.
Right. I don't know how to screen share, so we'll get there in a minute. Izzy! Your time to shine. What episode were we on, please? And at what time? What was the time, please? Izzy? Let's see. No, yes. Yes. Come up here, you dickhead. Come on.
Wait. I lost your mouse.
It's cat corner here, guys. Izzy! Stop talking to Brian George. Paddington Green, episode 4, 13 minutes and 55 seconds. She is good. Right. So we should see like a green sign, 13 minutes and 55 seconds.
Ow!
This is it.
Gosh.
I think you got the time wrong, Izzy. I think you got the time wrong. 13 minutes and 55 seconds is this guy. Here we go. Well, let's see. Okay, I'll screen share in a second, Catherine. It was a green sign, wasn't it, for Mr. Gilbert?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was his certificate,
Card,
wasn't
anyway.
it?
Okay, here we go.
Here.
42, 43,
That's
44,
right, there's my name,
45,
Jason,
46.
and there's the phone number. Oh, I'm going to dash now because I've got to
50,
go and open the
1,
safe.
2,
I've got to go and shoot
3,
onto another job, so I was
4,
nearly there when you rang.
5. That's where Izzy says we are. You wrote down what I told you. Don't give me that bullshit, baby.
Oh, just following orders, is it?
Thank you, Izzy. I think we're pretty close. Right. How do I screen share? Right, let's put this over here. I really don't know how you do this. Right. So let's have a little look. Oh, Caterfer says we were well beyond that. Flipping it, man. Right. So what do I do? Let's click here. No. How do I screen share, guys? Do I click the green thing? Nope. Izzy, hang your head in shame. Hang your head in shame. Share screen. Window size when screen sharing. We want full. Okay, well, how do I do it? How do I do it? So I've got this up now. Catherine, you'll have to keep an eye on the YouTube comments, please.
YouTube?
The Twitch comments. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I got the wrong thing. Okay, well, how do I screen share, though? Okay, so I want to... Okay, all right. Well, are they telling me how to screen share?
No. They're
What?
saying hello to each other.
Can you stop saying hello to each other, and please tell me how to Right, I'm going to go. I'm coming into the chat now because I'm getting annoyed with everybody, and I don't like being.
Leave that menu, says it's umpa.
Okay. Oi.
Ow.
I'm just chatting. Oi. Okay. What? Oi.
Ow.
Hello. I'm just chatting. Hello. Oi. Okay. Oi. What? Don't speak to me like that. Hello. Hello. I'm just chatting. Hello. Oi. What? Okay. Oi. Who is that? Don't speak to me like that. Hello. Hello.
Big green button at the bottom.
What?
Says
Oi.
Momo.
What is that? Someone's being very rude to me.
Button at the bottom.
What button?
Says Momo.
What is that? Hello? Someone's being very rude to me. Oi. What button? Okay. Oh, it's that. Right. Share screen. All right. We're in. So can they see? They can't see the picture of my kids at Disney. Yes, they can. Oh, for crying out loud. You could see the picture of my kid at Disney. I've got to edit that out now. Oh, man. You pieces of trash. 1 minute, 1 hour, 53. Oh, dear. Oh, this
That was
is...
one of the phrases, the Scottish phrases that Ronnie taught me when I worked with him. Hecka Wendy, you're leaving.
Right, okay, so I'm going to share... This is also you can see it, Catherine. They can see it.
Well, don't worry about me.
I'm not worried about you.
You should worry
Right,
about me.
you can see that, right, Catherine?
Yes.
You can see that.
Hang on.
Are you looking?
Yes,
yes. On Zoom, you should be able to see the screen.
I've put it on big.
Can you see that? Can you see Paddington
Yes.
Green on Zoom?
Yes, it's we.
Well, make it bigger.
Bigger still?
Can you see it?
Yes.
Shut
I've
up, Roger.
swapped screen, so I have made.
Right, okay, we're in.
Me up, so.
I might be in, I might not.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just put.
Right, hang on a minute. I really want the guys and gals to see me. There we go. But they cannot see. Hang on a minute. If I put you here, there we go. Look at this. We got a good thing going.
Hang on, they pulled me
A
through
real
that.
good
Carry on.
Sid. Oh, all right. Here we go. We're in. Let's watch it. And you can hear this too, right? Yeah.
To the door for you.
Yes, that's
Okay.
Can you hear that? Fucking. Is she even there? Oh, I just pressed
Bye.
Oh, hi.
Right, so there's one lady that's probably going to get the job done for nothing because she probably.
Okay.
Claudia's back from her morning viewing, no nearer to flying the family nest.
Can you hear that, Catherine?
No, I heard you start singing Real Good Sid Owen.
Oh,
but
can
I
you
didn't
hear
the
this?
rest.
I like her in
Yes.
her own
Okay.
place.
Roger, you can see me, right? Roger, you can see me. You can see me. I can see what's going out on the screen. Flipping heck. Oh, I'm going to ban
This is
all
fun
of you.
though, isn't it? Really fun.
I'm going to ban everybody from Patreon. I'm closing Patreon down and doing shows just for me.
No, not away.
This is the wrong place at the wrong time. We are tiny.
For me, you should have your own space. We need space. You need space.
I haven't been at home for 10 years.
Roger's going to get those butt cheeks slapped.
Really, have I? This is the first time I've been to games.
No, you haven't. You've been back 3 times.
Yeah, just short stays though, a few weeks,
I think you
few
quite like
months.
it this time, Claudia.
No, I don't.
Yes, I think you do.
Her mum is naughty, right?
Rula Lenska.
Oh, they go. We're bigger. Yeah, ruler. Yeah, Lenska vibes.
You're mad. You are mad. There's no. I don't know what gave you that impression.
Don't you, Claude?
Not
Yes, I
at
think
all.
so, yes.
Not at all.
Otherwise, you would have been out a long time ago.
You don't enjoy it then?
If I could, I would. Well, no. To be honest, no. I don't.
This works quite well, actually. You don't ever need to come to my house ever again, Catherine.
Bonus.
Okay.
I like my own home. I like my things. I like my furniture. I like my clothes. I like my possessions.
We're going out for a coffee with her soon.
Look how beautiful and young she is.
What, you saying she's haggard and old now?
No, but
I'm
I
going to
remember
clip
when I
this,
watched-
clip this and
No,
send it to
I'm
her.
not saying that. When I was younger, watching this, she always seemed a lot older,
Yeah,
right? And she
yeah.
probably wasn't. She's probably, what, 6 years older than me? I don't
Roger,
know.
you're going to be crying with pain in a minute, so shut up.
But isn't she lovely?
Yeah, she's beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, you got
It's
your
got a
possessions.
suitcase. No, I haven't. I've got a suitcase full. That's it.
Still not, Izzy, still not where...
No, this is way back.
Izzy.
And I love my own space.
Oh gosh, there was something there that was just like my youngest.
Right, okay, let's try this one. You do get fed up, I think. I'm getting fed up now doing it. I really am. But you've got to persevere.
This is good knowing we can do this. Now I've worked this out all by myself, actually. Thanks, everyone, for trying to sabotage me. Now I've worked this out. We can do something with this. We can do something. We can watch this.
Josh, darling, it's Claudia. No, I don't want any basement flats, but I only want ground floor. Yes, I did.
It's an easy one.
You still got that one?
Izzy said, I've said sorry, and I am sorry. Izzy,
Are you though?
but seriously, are you? Poor Izzy, we put so much pressure on her. She couldn't live up
You
to
had one job.
It's fine. We get to see this again. Is this the right episode?
It might be the episode before.
Hello, locksmiths.
Watching? It is costing quite a bit of money, so I'm going to have to start saving. I haven't got it all yet.
Call is to a woman who's had her bag
The
stolen.
bulb's done.
The keys to her house are inside
We've
it.
seen all this.
Quite frankly, all
This is
this
that lady's house.
Beauty lotion ever produced.
Here we go.
Right, but hang on. But is this the one? Because we saw her. I think we might be on the wrong episode.
Does he
Hello,
go down to
locksmith.
the cellar to scrape
Let's have a
whatever
look.
it is out of that van?
Hello.
If we don't see a green sign.
At the end of the day, Mr. Gilbert makes one last check on his unique anti-aging lotion.
Right, we've seen this one. We've seen this one. Right.
What's the matter over there?
We've seen this one, Mummy.
Wow, wow, wow. Told you he's
Mummy.
like big boy. He's like junior big boy.
Mummy, we've seen this one. Right, we're going to go to episode 5 and we're going to go to 13, 15.
A lot of Kobe. The girl
Yes, I remember him.
must.
We saw that guy.
He's the grandson of the
I think everybody will tell me that.
Of the bald gentleman. Right, we're in. We're in. Here we go.
Like, my driver, Bainsy, he's more organised.
Thank you.
That's why I want him to live with me so he can take care of my money affairs.
Good afternoon, can I
Here we
help
go.
you?
We're in.
He has to have a room, £25 per night.
Because he's got a hotel.
Oh, God.
Yes, you can pre-book it. What is your name? Would you repeat that? T. T for Tommy. And you want that for tonight. Now, what time will you arrive? No later than
7 o'clock until 8 o'clock, please.
There we
There
go.
is.
We're in. Izzy, we were one episode out. We got there. Thank you. So this is his sign. Trade discounts, tuition, men's toupees, template, fitting, shaping, styling. Fees vary with pupils. Experience, diploma awarded on completion and passing the diploma test. Okay. He's got a hotel.
With the wig business slow,
Single room per night, £25. Double room per night, £35. Weekly, monthly terms. Wow. Would you like some of my Jizzy Beauty cream? He lives... And will you be leaving a deposit? Right.
Mr. Gilbert must make ends meet any way he can.
The hotel is something that I never actually wanted. It's something that I was almost forced into.
Because that's how the best hotels are founded, is you're forced into, you will take people into your house in Germany.
But it,
What we really want from a host, rather than someone who's at your beck and call and eager to please, you want someone who's like, entirely begrudging. That's what you want.
What do we think this is? Can you see? Can you see what I'm highlighting?
Is this a tail?
Catherine? A tail. I like this black bob.
The black bob is a classic.
Yeah, but this tail.
Yes.
Okay.
it's become the economic sustainer of the business that I love.
Visionary Soup asks if she is still in the lead with her impression. So far, can anyone do this?
It's a pleasure I get out of life.
Visionary Soup has the best one so far.
It's a pleasure I get out of life.
It's a pleasure I get out of life.
It's the pleasure I get out of life.
It is now a 7-day week.
I think it always has
It's always been, yep.
Look at the state of this hotel. These are the stairs in the hotel. I remember this so much.
Darling, I don't think this is a real hotel. Oh, God. We've got Henry.
Let's go, Henry. We had Alex in the chat earlier on. We know what goes on there. Holy! Just take a second.
Why? Why are we bleaching the bed?
Alan Dogwasher, thank you for the sub. You may want to get your money back. No refunds, I'm afraid.
2 girls staying here. They looked all right, but when they left, well, I turfed out about 10 big bags of rubbish.
Come on, man. You can't blame that on 2 girls staying there. Unless they stayed there for 50 years and didn't wash.
I've got 2 girls. Definitely you can blame that
Oh,
on
okay,
them.
man.
And I've still got all this cleaning up to do. At the moment, I'm 85.
Okay.
Being turned into a chambermaid at this age, to me, is a joke.
Hang on a minute. I would have put him at 72. That cream, it seems, is working. Isn't it?
Generations apart, there are similar frustrations.
I get pissed off turning after the blokes all the time. I know they're very busy, but they're all also very unorganised and they can't put things back in their places. So I have to go around after them, tidy up, and after a while you get a bit fed up. I know they're busy, but it'll make everyone's life easy if they put it back where they found it and then everyone knows where it is. But you know what blokes are like. My dad's the #1 culprit, so he doesn't exactly set a shining example, unfortunately. So that's where I come in, and my mother, to nag them.
Gatford makes a good point. Why do people over 70 always tell you their age? You would get that when you'd have, I forgot to cancel my parking. Oh, I hate that. I hate that when you forget to cancel your parking. Oh, man. Bums.
For Claudia, the end of the day can't come soon enough.
One down, about 7 other bikes to go.
Imagine if we meet up with her for coffee and she just does that. She carries on ranting about her job and her dad and her house. Amazing.
That should be sorted by now, right?
Still a little bit early. We've still got to hope yet. Who else is coming to pick up the bikes then, Dad? Do you know any definites?
No, there won't be a lot of people now. Just one customer who left his bike outside. Because while it was outside, it fell over and broke a lever. And he panicked because he didn't have a front brake lever. He thought we broke it.
Just take a second to marvel at that screensaver. That's magic, right? That should be in a museum. That should be one of, was it NFTs? Those videos that you can buy for like $1 million. That should be one of those.
And he asked us to leave it outside. So he's coming in tonight. So maybe a little argument there.
Okay, we're ready for you. Come on then, mate.
Well, David says, have you asked if she'd watch an episode of this with you? There might be something in that. I bet she probably would. You ask her though, Dave. Thanks.
Well, I'm trying to get to the bank, basically, down on Kilburn High Road. Because one is like on Fridays is when I pay off my bills. And I've just gone overdrawn. So I need to basically have a word.
Danny has 15 minutes to get to the bank.
Yo.
Mr. Gilbert has just 3 hours before his guests arrive.
What's he taking up there?
Still working on this girl's bedroom.
You're looking for Miss Gilbert. Clean duvet cover. If I don't find one, it means I've got to go downstairs again.
See, I remember his beauty cream being left on the windowsill. I wonder if that happens at some point.
I've just pushed in my cash card.
Walking up the stairs faster than that mum on airline the other day.
And I'm about...
Simi, we are watching Paddington Green, a documentary, fly-on-the-wall documentary, reality show, whatever you want to call it, from about 1998.
£4 overdrawn. So I know I shouldn't be £4 overdrawn, so I'm just going to have a word and see what they're going to say. So, fingers crossed.
It's edited so well. You know, you watch this kind of stuff, and I've sat in editing rooms, and I've seen pieces of crap turned into diamonds, and I've seen stuff that was filmed that was great absolutely die because of the edit. This edit is amazing.
When I used to do Fridays for Look East, because that was the general, that was the agreement between 3 counties and Look East. They would let them have a district reporter on a Friday. So I was it for a few months. And it was just magic. So you'd go out, you'd film loads and loads and loads of stuff for a 30-second piece, 40 if you were very lucky. And you sit with these wizards. And, you know, even on Look East, it was poetry. You know, there's a rhythm to it. You do your voice track and they make sure that the visuals follow with it. It's just beautiful. It's like punctuation. Yeah. It's gorgeous. Yep.
Absolutely gutted. I didn't know I didn't have any money in there. So I pressed my number and they gave me money. And next minute now, they say I'm overdrawn. So I've got to give them 25 quid. So it's really me off. So they said they're going to phone me later on to tell me if they're going to reimburse me or what. But
wasn't this around the time that the banks were complete arseholes, right? So they were lending people way more than they could afford mortgage-wise. But also, I remember going in as a student and them saying, is there any more we can do for you? And they were like offering loans all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I doubt it. Very much doubt it. So the only thing that...
It was Stuart White's last night on Look East last night, we're being told, guys.
I mean, that guy has been, what is it, 37 years? Is Susie Fowler-Watt still on there, or is she long gone?
We'll find out from Mime Artist and Izzy soon.
The smoothie off now is a chicken kebab, so I'm on.
He is going for a kebab. We haven't watched this, but Stu Pot said, we've seen this. He goes off for a kebab in a bit. I don't remember seeing. We haven't
You've been
watched
watching alone, Stu Pot.
this. Stu Pot.
Danny's working day may be over, but his money worries aren't.
Oh, you're the gentleman with the lever?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened with the lever, what probably happened, was that when he collected it, he may have broken it on the van.
Yeah, no, I
It's 6:30 and the end of the day for Claude and Claudia.
Sorry? Claude and Claudia. Magic.
But not the end of the hassle.
Stu Pot is living in the multiverse. I recall seeing this one. I've never watched it alone.
Oh.
You having is that the Mandela effect? Is this deja vu? What is it?
arrive here at 7 o'clock in the evening, under the rain, ready to collect my Vespa. I come here and it's not ready. But if I was told, don't worry, we will fix it for you, we'll put a new one, I expect it to be done, and it wasn't done. I come here and it loses petrol. You put on the...
That's right, the petrol
Very
comes
easy for the petrol pipe to come loose.
We have seen it. It was the first one we watched randomly ages ago before we started watching them in sequence. What? What is going on? I haven't seen this for years.
What could have been happening? It could have been half on. The petrol pipe could have just been, and it just come. Petrol pipes do come off, right? They do come off, and they do crack. It wasn't cracked, but it was disconnected.
The bottom line is I did not leave.
Richard Herring is raiding with a party of 138. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Welcome, dear viewers. Do click follow. We're watching Paddington Green. I was thinking about you the other day, Richard, for some reason. I don't quite know why. We're watching Paddington Green, Fly on the Wall documentary. I refuse to say docu-soap or reality show. From 1998. This is our friend Claudia, who we're going to go and have a coffee with really, really soon, getting bollocked by a guy because a petrol pipe.
His pipe's loose. There's no shame in it.
If you've just come in, we got a shout out for Richard's channel. Thank you. You have missed Mr. Gilbert's Hotel, which is...
That'll be my pizza.
What? Did you order a pizza? When did that happen? Did anyone see her do that? Well, we're also doing a little Patreon thing. We're on Patreon now. If you want to join us, can we get the Patreon? Can we get the Patreon link in there if you want to carry on seeing the shows?
You're having none.
We're going to be behind a paywall soon then. But Richard's channel is great, by the way. You're absolutely right, Ty Barber. You have come in at a great time, as David Turner said. And if any of our fans have yet to go and click follow on Richard's channel, if Richard been herring, for Christ's sake. I tell you why I was thinking about you, Richard, if you're still here. My 9-year-old was watching a little bit of Alan Partridge. He wanted to show me a little bit of Alan Partridge. And I was trying to explain that he's an actor, right? And then we found out about Steve Coogan. And he said, have you ever met Steve Coogan? I said, yeah, I did meet him once. And I didn't really get on with him. And I met him, this is why I was thinking of you. I met him at that awful live show we did in Edinburgh on Channel 4, the Perrier Awards thing. And it was just one of the worst nights of my life, right? My first ever live TV thing, and it was horrible. And I was low self-esteem, and I was trying to bat above my level, and it was awful. But I met Coogan that night, and he was off his face, and it was Perrier, and Perrier who are Perrier owned by that are dodgy? Is it Nestle, Catherine?
Not sure.
And we were told you must not let anyone mention Nestle, and it was baby milk. They were giving baby milk to African families. and he was like drunk, and he went onto this rant about Nestle and stuff. Oh, and I got in so much trouble for it. And I remembered that evening and the wonderful chat that we had on camera, and it was a joy. It was a joy.
My Vespa in that condition.
It happens. We leave bikes outside, but still people, you know, that it can happen.
I'm not saying it was your fault. I'm not saying that.
Okay, so
but
what's the problem then?
The problem is I come here happy. My Vespa's ready. I want to go home. I put it in the engine and it doesn't work. So I didn't leave my Vespa like this. That's very strange. There must be something wrong.
He's got quite a good point, actually, Kat. What pizza did you get?
New Yorker, my fave.
Dirty.
These cats are terrible. I tried to trick them all into the kitchen, but Willow would not let me shut the door. So.
Outrageous behaviour.
So we left it outside with a bill of £100.
David is going to clip this raid reaction and send it to Farley. We, Late Night Alternative, raided the computer game show, which I was a big fan of, and James Farley was hosting it. And he, first of all, he hurt his foot, and then he went, thanks, Raiders, I guess.
Wow.
How rude.
How is it our fault?
How rude. Thanks, Raiders, I guess. Stick it up your... I'll raid you in a minute. I'll raid your face with my fist.
There it is.
And I nearly said something worse, Catherine, but I thought, just hold back on that. Well, I raid his face with my fist first, and if that doesn't have the desired effect, then Farley, I'm going to...
Bring out the big guns.
I'm going to raid...
No. I heard that. Wow.
It's up there! Okay, let's finish this.
I mean that the lever's broken, the petrol pipe's disconnected. I wouldn't do that. I mean, the petrol pipe is nothing.
The lever probably you forgot, because I was told that you...
The driver, yeah, maybe that happened.
But I just want to make sure that next time I call in, I want, you know, to be fairly treated and respected.
Everyone is fairly treated here.
You're saying it's happened before, though?
Yeah, some other little things have happened.
Well, if little things have happened, don't go back. Don't go back.
Buyer beware.
43. And all sorts of things. I had a relationship with
Well, throw the keys in.
What can you say? My dad handles it fine. All I know is that my dad is a very, very fair person. If he probably went to another dealer, they would have told him to f off, and that is the truth. That is the truth. Bottom line, excuse the language. But, you know, my dad obviously wants to make peace. He doesn't want to lose a customer.
So it's £80.99 instead of £100.99, yes? Very much.
She virtually just went, wanker. That's what that called. Huh? No, nothing. That's what
I
she's
taught
doing.
my eldest the bullshit the other day, and she thought it was legendary.
Wow. Oh, I'm going to teach my boys that right now. Hoops and Asylum. We're watching an episode of Paddington Green, Series 1, Episode 5. It is a great fly-on-the-wall documentary from 1998. It's so good. You've just missed an old man who's got a really dirty hotel, and he makes a cream of youth, we think, out of semen.
No exaggeration.
But we're coming to the end. Do click follow if you want to see more. We'll be doing more of these. Let's get a link for the Patreon as well. I don't suppose any of you lot want to support us on Patreon.
I love you.
But let's get that. But do click follow. Oh, there's cat. We got cats. Very cat heavy, this channel.
And I've got a
very patient man.
Well, I made him happy, I suppose.
Willow.
He's quite right, though. The lever was broken. He was told it was going to be fixed, and it wasn't.
It's just a
But the petrol pipe, no, the petrol pipe just come disconnected. It was just unfortunate coincidence happened there.
This is the hotel. Moffa the Mook. A cream made of semen. I can see why Richard Herring chose to send us here. These people have come into Mr. Gilbert's hotel, right? It's some hotel.
Next floor, then the floor up.
This is like that Airbnb in Newcastle.
Oh, God.
This is what this is. This may be a little bit classier, actually.
Except the host hasn't been rolling about in the bed beforehand.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Some privacy, you know.
And you've got a shower and toilet just across there.
Okay, great.
You've got
These
colour
are stunt
TV,
people, right? This is a stunt.
This can't be real.
No.
heater, cold water, everything that you want.
Heater, cold water, everything that you
Everything.
want. Can we get our money back, please?
Yeah. What they do in their own room.
Look at that waistband.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to them.
What they do in their room is entirely up to them. Okay.
As long as they are clean, pay their money when it is due. I don't interfere.
Who needs fiction when you can have real life?
Doesn't
We're back at the
interfere. What's he
green
gonna do,
after
go
the break.
barging in?
At 10, it's a traffic ops.
That is something else, man. That is some show. That is some show. I'm so glad we've got that. We've got all of Series 1, Stupid James, and Let Me Collect Their Semen. Why the wigs? He's a wig salesman who's invented he's invented a cream that keeps you looking young. We think it's made out of semen.
He goes and scrapes it off in a vat in the cellar.
And he has a hotel. And on that bombshell, Raiders, you've joined us, but we're actually coming to the end of our stream. Thank you so much. Let's carry on the raid. Let's see who...
Yeah, because my mum had a...
Oh, be quiet. Shush, I don't care about your mum.
I
don't care about you. Oh! Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let me just see. Right. James Farley, who we did a raid on the other day and was like, oh, yeah, thanks, Raiders, I think. He's streaming right now. This is a gamer.
Oh, right.
This is a gamer, so some of you won't want to see this, and this is fine. I urge you to go and join the raid just to get the numbers up, right? And you can leave whenever, because he's doing a game. But let's see. The last time we raided him, oh, yeah, thanks, Raiders, I guess. He was so miserable. We've got double the amount of people going in. Let's raid him, and let's see if we get a better reaction. Catherine, thank you so much. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for all the new patrons. Let's go and watch a man be really disappointed at a huge raid. Here we go. Right, hang on. I just want to watch this.
Fuck off.